Tables set, not tables turn. God's plan, don't say a word. Know the price, cause I know my worth. My time, get what I deserve. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. Yeah. I'm so handsome. All in Carmine's with my Benzo, I'm so fancy. No romancing. Got my baby and she right, she make you vanish. No time to play, got book dates. Had a plan, only had to wait. Always knew I'd make a way. Send a bill, they send a pay. Keep it real, keep the record straight. Keep it real, no time to fake. All authentic in my own lane. I am me till I'm in the grave. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. Ooh, never panic. Get a worry, send it up and then advantage. Yeah, I can't stand it. Out of order way you move and see you scrambling. offense, no defense. Still strong, no weakness. Used to say I wouldn't beat this. Now they wish they could beat this. Tables set, now tables turn. God's plan, don't say a word. Know the price, cause I know my worth. My time, get what I deserve. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop.
Good evening. Welcome back, guys. We got Word of Mouth back in action. And for the first time since being back from St. Louis, COVID-free, finally tested negative for the first time today. I'm super excited about that. I'm playing a little warm-up game here. I decided to play a contest on Hollywood, and I'm shooting a great round, and it just happens that everything's been there. So we're really excited. We want to see. I got a two-better going here right now. Ooh. Headphone messed up. But, so lots of good things happening today. We got a new announcement on a new patch coming at midnight tonight. That's where we're playing through all of our invites, because all of them are going to close. Whether they're closed, whether they're pending, whether they're anything, you're going to have all of them be dead. It's a good thing, because to me, that's admitting that there was a problem, and getting the problem fixed is priority number one. That's a good sign. That's a very, very good sign to me. I don't know about the rest of you, but that means a lot to me. So we got that going. So we're going to play all my invites. I got roughly 16 to 20 to play, I think. We'll have to see, but we might have some time to get in a couple of fan choices here to play some invites too. But we'll look and see. Like I said, we got a couple hours here. It's going to take 20 games. I mean, we're looking at what, 16, 3.5 hours, something like that. And that shirt today, it's defining exactly how I feel. Lots of goodness, a lot of good stuff. So we've also got the Word About 2021 handicap tournament. That's going to start getting invites out after midnight again tonight. And then something's wrong with my headset. Yeah, we're going to take this thing out tonight. It's giving a weird hum, and I don't like it. Actually, it feels like it's in my head, the hum is. That's another weird one. But we're going to play through all the invites. Then we're going to get Word About 2021 finished off. We also started the sign up for the 2022 first tournament going. I don't have a lot of giveaways here. We do have some swag bags and things to give out. So we upped the price $10, and we're going to fund the 0-2 tournament that way, since I don't have any updates or anything to give away, nor would anyone really need one now. If you do, I'm sorry about your luck. Probably should have taken care of that a little earlier. Let's see. Can I stick this hole? This is an important one. It is. Oh my, look at this. This is disappointing to me, though, because I'm going to have a 30 up on this course now, and there's no reason to God that I should have a chance at a 30 on this course right now. It's not set up for a 30. By no means is it. Well, I might not have a 30 on this. I might blow this. No, we do. We've got it. We've got the 30 on Hollywood Hills. That's why these contests being wrong tee boxes are a bit bullshit. Mine was clean with 2 holeouts, and my par was 28. It's what par should be on this course. Honestly, this is what the course should set up to be, like a 2 better get you a 30. We're happy with the 30. We'll take it. That goes at the world rankings. Goofy, I know. But we're going to just dive right in and start playing some invites. So we got 2022 sign up going. We also have to finish the raffle. I got about 30 tickets left. I haven't been promoting it much because, you know, I haven't really done much of anything lately. I've been sitting on the couch. We've watched a lot of movies, watched a lot of shows. So that's good. We caught up on everything there. We can't play any events either because I've got events open. I've got still probably 8 open. They're not going to close by the end of the night. Unless you guys want to get out banging those right now, that would help me. But otherwise, not happening. So we're just going to go through invites, start at the oldest, get to the newest, bang through them. We'll probably have time at the end to get a couple more in if we'd like to. You guys have questions along the way. I got the telestrator all set up, so we could definitely look at some of these shots a little bit more in depth as we're going through. But, oh, we get to start with Sequoia. This is going to be good. Oh, we got Leppy Rock with the 23. I'm probably playing Leppy Rock, so my goal's a 24. If I take the worldwide record on an invite, I know that I won that invite. Unless it's handicap, but I don't think I'm playing this handicap. So we're just diving right in. But that patch, guys, that patch is a really good one. They're fixing a lot of things, and it's also giving me some legwork to discuss a couple of other things with them. And I know Kevin's already digging in and looking into this, but, man, the sticky sand, if you don't know what I mean by sticky sand, somehow for this year, the sand changed on all of the courses. If you're trickling into it, it stops dead. Well, I stroke limited a hole on Eagle Peak, Eagle Crest yesterday because I think it was 17 or 16. It was with the shallow bunkers in the fairway. Trickled into the first bunker. The first shot I hit went absolutely nowhere. It was like it hit the edge and then stopped dead right away. So I hit it to the side. It hit the hill in front of the green, trickled down to the bunker, and I couldn't get it out at all. Going at the hole, because it was stuck on a flat wall, you couldn't hit forward at all. So that's something that's got to get fixed. In my opinion, that's the next most important thing to get fixed. And then I don't know if you guys watched the St. Louis stream at all. If you want, it was the match was well over, but you had Lemon and Fox on hole 18 of Easter, and Fox hit the hill above the hole and it trickled down to the bottom. He was roughly 70 some feet away with an up 10. And Mike, with an up 10, and Lemon went just deep, put it in the middle. He had an up 9, left 5 or something like that from a couple feet shorter. Fox hit his putt, max speed, and it was 5 feet short of the hole. And Lemon hit his putt at max speed, and it barely broke at all and just suctioned right into the hole. So there's definitely a problem with how the green surfaces are playing with the putting. I've been saying it for quite some time. It was nice to actually see video evidence of it that I could record and show them. But that putting thing, with the dynamics of putting, there needs to be some kind of a multiplier to account for uphill and higher elevation. So that's good. It's good that we're going to get a chance to look at some of these. Now, look, we're not always going to agree and say that IT is the speediest on things. And to be quite frank, this patch is a long time coming. I've had real issues with the prize play over this time. Jeff, we're getting there, man. I'm starting to feel almost perfect. After having headphones in my ears just now, realized there's still some stuff going on in the head. But like I said at the start of the stream, first time I finally tested negative today. So that's good. Hey, Kev, how you doing? So it's been 10 days of it. But perfect, no. Sinus stuff, weakness, like fatigue, yeah. I've got all that good stuff going on, but this is the kind of stuff we're expecting. I don't feel like I'm going to have any major long-haul type symptoms. I'm getting lung function, not coughing, or sinuses aren't too bad, but as you can, I'm definitely not perfect by any means. And normally I am perfect. I'm very perfect. But we're good. We're happy with it. We'll be feeling better. The good news about all this is it was almost like a more forced recuperation for the neck, and that thing's feeling pretty darn good. So we're happy about that. I'm not a big fan of where I put that shot. I like to put it where I can cut it in. But when that pin's up short, if you leave that anywhere in the fairway, you have the big tree, the big sequoia right in front of the green, and you're not attacking that pin from there anyway. So the safer play is to give yourself an open straight shot at it. All right, let's go with the low TG wedge and release. Yeah, this could be good. We'll see if I play the wind right. No, we missed it. We hit it dead straight like we wanted to. We had the speed nuts. That's good. Super spreader. I don't know. I mean, it was, guys, we're going to see a lot more COVID here in the next couple weeks. It's coming back full force right now. But I mean, guys, we pack 110, 20 people into a room. Yeah, you're going to get some. I'm going to say roughly 10 to 15% got it. If we out of 120. I know of a good 10 personally. I'm sure there, and then let's just be honest, there's going to be 5 or 6 people that don't say anything. So yeah, super spreader, no. Spreader, yes. But guys, we know what we're getting into now. It's nobody's fault, but come on, sit down. That's not good. But like I showed there, like we were talking about the sticky sand, right? This one probably didn't have it because it's pretty flush there. And that didn't get out. That's the other thing too. Yeah, good man, Jeff. And that's the only reason I wasn't looking for sympathy or anybody to say anything like good, bad, and different. Look, you get COVID at a place, it's kind of your responsibility to all your friends and your family to tell them, hey, I got COVID, guys. Go get tested if you were around me this weekend. And that's really it. And that's all we could do. We get tested. We stayed home. Unfortunately, I gave it to the wife. She's still positive. She feels fine. I mean, we are running almost identical paths on how we feel, like, but that's good. Hey, we're back. We're better. We'll be better. Nobody's gonna pass away from it, hopefully, and that's a good thing. If you guys don't know, though, too, this is possibly my favorite course of all time. There's just so many precision shots you need. In fact, we always say Golden Tee par on this course is only 28, and that's incorrect. It is never lower than 29. It's just that we've all basically relegated ourselves to never trying to drive 17, even though it is always drivable. So, I mean, a shot that's always drivable that you can always putt for double eagle means to me that Golden Tee par should be double eagle there. It's just damn near impossible to stick. It really is. And if we're not doing well come into it, we'll try to stick it. But most likely we're playing okay right now, so we're not going to be trying to get 17. And you'll see the shot that it's always there. We got the telestrator up and running. That's good. Thanks to Richard King for that. Hopefully he's feeling better. I haven't talked to him the last day or so, so I got to check with him, but he's following the same path too as me with the COVID stuff. And it's funny because normally him and I spend the whole time together at a tournament. I think I saw him for 10 minutes. And in those 10 minutes, he managed to pick up my wallet that I thought I lost, and it was gone for a day and a half until he finally came back to the bar. So that's good. Yeah, it's weird. I've got a weird little tin ringing type in my ear. No, Eric, he got back. He even told Delta that he was positive, and they let him switch his flight and put him onto a flight. I'm pretty sure they kept him away from people, but... Guys, when we look at a hole like that, oh, pretend that's the Petra, is it Petra 8 where you're going through the archway? Guys, you can hit any club through it. You just have to know what the trajectory of your club's doing. And then also, if you notice that there, I didn't hit it hard, and I played a little bit of a cut and threw it out. Where the line was coming back to straight middle, I still, by having that little cut, it definitely gets a little bit lower on the apex of the shot. So you can control a club that's, I mean, that 3 would have hit that all day if I didn't do that. Now, he's back in Cali right now. But man, he sounded miserable when I talked to him when he landed in Cali. And once again, big shout out, Lodell Parks, man. I messaged him and was like, hey man, you got a second to head over to the Ameristar? King's there. He's stuck, kind of quarantined in the hotel. I was like, and I'm sure he could use a care package of some sort. Lodell, without question, was like, I'll be over there in a half an hour. I'm not going in. I'm knocking on the door, running the fuck away. I was like, oh, that's awesome. And King messaged me. He goes, dude, what a lifesaver. Gatorades and flu medicines. He said he felt a lot better to get on a plane. Oh, no. Did he do it? Did he do it? Oh. We're in good position here. We missed one stroke. We got stuck in the sand on that hole going through the gap in the trees. All right. We got to play this one smart. So we're going to hit a high T5, and I'm just going to hit a smooth C3. I'm going to most likely leave a long putt. But we knew we'd be on the green. I knew by hitting it smooth, I wasn't going long. If I missed the putt, oh well, I still get a birdie. The plan is to make it, but we didn't, and god damn. I'm telling you, that is the putting right there. That you're at certain distances where before I could tell you exactly when a putt would go at play hotter, it really doesn't play hotter anymore. And on a shot like that, I needed that putt to come off that club a ton hotter, or else that break play, I had to play it like an 8 or a 9. And it's just the simple fact that we don't know when you have to do that is where I see the problem with the putting. But maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the only one with that thought. But I know I've heard a lot of people that do not like the putting the way it is now. I like the fact that it's very hard to roll over a putt. I hate the fact that there are putts that you play as a left 10 and you cannot get it out enough. And then the next time, by being 2 feet shorter, you get that putt out the same way and you miss it high side. That bothers me. We're laying up here. We do not need the eagle, and I'm not going to fight the other wind. So we're just going to do this and maybe hole it out. Let's see. No hole out, but we'll take the birdie and we'll run away. Yeah, you know, Eric, I miss way more easy putts. I make putts that were harder before. And the ones that were harder, right? The ones that were harder because it was down 8, right 6. So on a putt like that before, I had to C-putt it. When you C-putted it, hi Robert, how you doing, buddy? When you hit a C-putt on those, it slowed it down. So naturally it was changing the angles. And I hate to say it, you never knew how much the C-putt was going to slow it down. Now on those putts, I make those most of the time because I can read it and play the break and hit it because I know what it's going to come off as. But it's more like more the uphill putts that have either a hidden degree of break or like some sort of hidden part to it that if you play it to ram it home, it doesn't have the sauce to ram home because it's very dynamic with the putting distances, which is also what stops rollovers too. But it's kind of a catch-22 there. It's almost like fixing the 120 glitch in my mind, where now A1s and C3s are harder to hit. That one I can live with because an A1 and a C3 isn't a shot that should be hit perfect every time. Even though before we were able to hit 158 every time, or some of us were. It was repeatable. Now it's not really repeatable. But let's go. We got scam on the Discord. What does that even mean? Good, good, good. Jerry, it absolutely does still slow down the putt. The problem is, so I only see putt on putts that are down 8 or more now, and I don't even always do it on a C putt. Most of the time I'm doing it on putts that I know that are going to jump into the air when they're hit. It's a little tougher to know now, but the C putt does slow it down. And it's not just C putting. It's anytime that if you have a pullback, anytime you don't hit it 180, like hit a straight shot, you are losing a little bit. Just a little bit. Not a bunch, but some. Well, that's as close of a chush as I could get. And that, guys, that only missed because that little bit of wind on that long of a shot had enough to push it offline. Even with stouts, it still pushed it offline. The chush was perfect in its own right. No one ever said stouts are gone. They're not going anywhere anytime soon. And if they do, well, they'd be a limited. Here's how you can tell stouts aren't going away. They made a ball for PGA that's the same with Breeze. So they understand the importance of having a half-wind ball. I mean, you could easily change it to say, well, instead of a half-wind ball, let's just have all the winds. That makes stouts not an advantage anymore. And you will see, honestly, if we had only half the winds to play, I would probably play Titans on every course, or maybe even streaks on every course. Titans just don't lose that much distance compared to streaks, so the benefit is right there. Now, before Titans, you had a real decision. I was a grabbers guy, and it was grabbers were significantly lower than streaks. Barrage was just a little bit lower, but Barrage is almost the exact same ball as Titans, but Titans have a little bit more backspin than Barrage, and it's basically a normal backspin. So if you are going away from a wind ball, going away from the stouts, your ball of choice is going to be Titans, right? It's possibly the most overpowered ball that's ever been made. There's like very, very little negative to. Oh wow, I didn't know that. I thought that bounce kicked me left. Oh well, I'm in trouble now. Well, Barrage has the same bounce as Titans and streaks. It's just that we all thought it was a big bounce because the ones we went to Barrage after playing grabbers, and grabbers had no bounce. And I know for me, the only reason I ever switched to Barrage was Agave hole 1. On hole 1 of Agave, the grabbers, the first bounce would cause it to hit the face of the hill in front of the green, and you could not get that ball to kick on. I tried roll, I tried backspin, I tried release, I tried straight shots. You just couldn't get it to kick on because of the low bounce. But with Barrage, streaks, you could easily kick. It was on the green a lot of the time once the halfway through the year and the new tee boxes came out. So losing that stroke on 1 was on Agave especially, you couldn't do that. So I had to come up with something. Jordan, we're doing great, my man. How about yourself? I see everybody's already getting excited about Tennessee. I haven't committed quite yet. We're still waiting. I most likely should be there. I mean, that's the plan. I just, if I job stuff, what have you, anything like that, life, I just haven't committed yet. God, I really thought that bounce in front of the green would have kicked straight left. I didn't realize it had a bounce to the right. Oh well, that's okay. We're gonna lose this one, maybe. All right, we got a up 5, left 1. We moved it right a little bit. It feels like this is a little downhill, so I have not run through with arrows. Honestly, there's not really much benefit to them to what I see. If arrows would be great on a course, I think they might be very good on Champ. The whole problem with arrows is not playing at home. If you watch me play them at home, I rarely miss 180s. You take those to the bar or to a machine you're not familiar with, I'm telling you right now, arrows become a challenge then. And then it's not even the shots that you necessarily need to get the big boost from hitting the straight shot. It's when you trying to hit the shots that you need to do without the big boost and having to play a different club altogether. Hey, Josh, how you doing, sir? Oh. Gosh, everything sounds real tinny. Like, I feel like there's tin or tinnitus in my ear or something like that. A little weird, I know. Oh, God. Yeah, we're playing a bad round here. That was an atrocious cut. But I guess part of not playing very much lately. We might be just DNF in this game. Honestly, a 4 off on this against a good player, not going to cut it. So we're going to let that one go. So we're probably going to get, if I have to DNF many games, we're going to get some extra time to play maybe a cycle or two of invites. But like I said, they got to get played right away. We can't just go and let them go and yada, yada, yada. So we're going back. Gary, how you doing, my man? We're going to play Hollywood right now. No, we got Sandhill first. I have faith in the patch that it's going to do what's promised. I know there's going to be something that the patch does that they missed. That's understandable. My whole point is that if we catch it right away, it should be able to get fixed right away. That hasn't happened in the past, and I hope to God that it starts happening in the future, that things that are game-breaking. Look, I called for them to shut off all prize modes. I know for a fact that there were all sorts of different sets on invites. I didn't complain a lot on this last one. I had back-to-back 3-betters on Once for 28s, and my opponent shot 26 or 27 with almost 0 points. And I know on my game, hole 1 was not even put in a spot where you could get it on without points. And one of them had an eagle there, which to me, I was 500 something. Like, I laid up short of the bunker line in both my games. So, look, guys, I don't even really care about the past all that much as long as it's fixed for the future. Hey, Dan. God damn it. How do you miss that? We'll get it. We're a little off right now. It's weird not playing with headphones, but man, that whole... Try to get that evened out. My God, that hurts. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure in here, man. A lot of pressure with the sinuses from this stuff. All right, we're not missing another one of these. There we go. Saved it. Oh, yeah. So, like I said, guys, it's a game, guys, with code. No one gets code right perfect, right? It's really hard to do unless you're doing it for years and years and years on the same code. It's just a question of being able to find and fix errors once they're found, and we find them. They just got to get fixed. Well, I've been waiting for the tee boxes to become back where it is. We can do some tonight if we want. Like I said, I've got to play out these invites, and then after that, we got dealer's choice here. If somebody wants to get a cycle through, I'll happily telestrate. I think I'm pretty confident that 2022 is right with the tee boxes, and for this kind of sake, I don't really care with if we play invites. The problem with it is that I would always use contest or 18 holes live to do it, and I know that those weren't the tee boxes that were on prize play. I know those weren't. That was absolutely not. All right, we're gonna back this up on the box just so we have more space to hit this hard. Unless you're hitting this ball to play it through the trees, you always want to back it up so that you can hit a shot as hard as you can. Hey, we saved one. Good. So hopefully this week, Gary, it's going to take a little bit for Richard to get editing done on it. That's his forte. I'm not going to put any pressure on the man. I know how I felt. Anything you guys asked me to do, half the question I asked, I'd be like, guys, I might be able to answer you, but it's not coming to me right now, and I really don't want to think about it. That's how it felt for me all week. Oh, come on. Wow, that didn't feel right either. There is definitely something wrong with the sand. That thing came off super hot, and I'm expecting that ball to barely get out. That would have been a chip that I would have pretty much put a stamp of guarantee on most of the time. So, like I said, I don't expect the game to be perfect, but I expect the game to get fixed ASAP when they find stuff, or when we could show them, like, look, dude, we're getting different setups and contests for money. Wow. Oh. Now after trying to unclog my ear, everything feels worse. Jesus. Yeah, this COVID stuff isn't fun, man. It's kind of nasty. It knocks you around a bit. Even when you feel like you're better, you try to walk up 2 flights of stairs and you feel like you're dying. All right. This is kind of funny because we're not getting any weird tee boxes on this, and I've gotten weird tee boxes in almost every game I've played of the old courses. But it is, I am, Gary, I gotta say, I am excited to have the Telestrator and almost have the game back to where it should be right now. It gave me a really good feeling seeing that message about the patch coming. Sorry, I'm a stickler for even competition, right? And really, like right now with Golden Tee, it's part of the reason I'm so happy that we're going to be moving to PGA slowly but surely over the next couple of years, because then we know all the machines are the same. We don't have somebody with some Franken pet out there that's got weird, goofy shit. I mean, I saw people complaining about not having support for 800 by 600 resolutions anymore on the dip switches, so you can't use the CRT monitor anymore. Dude, they stopped making the CRT monitors for these in 2010, I think. The fact that they're still out in the field, for nostalgia, cool. People trying to install 2022 on a machine that's still using a CRT, that's not a good thing. That shouldn't be. That's not good for the viability of the game. It lowers it makes the whole game itself look worse, because you have to dumb down certain things in it in order for that to even play. God, I got no points. Not good. All right, 211. We got to go underneath this. I don't believe I play a bag on this course with the... So we're going to have to get cute with like a low 4 and smooth. Yeah, that's probably as good as I could do there. Oh. This year's courses, though. Sandhill, fantastic course, guys. It's a very good course. A lot of stuff can be driven, and a lot of stuff is really hard. Like, this is probably close to drivable. I'm not going to do it right now. But if I was down a couple strokes in a match, I'd probably go for an A1 there and maybe try to kick it off the front of the green. Instead, I'm going to try to kick it off the front of the green. Roll it up there right there with a little 4-iron coming in. Let's just make sure this thing is working. That looks like it's coming through to me. Did you guys see the Telestrator stuff? I know the wife decided that since she worked from home, she came down here and grabbed my computer while she was working from home. And naturally, I asked her, did you plug it all back in? Oh, yeah, of course I did. And then when I look, I was like, did you plug it all back in? She's like, yeah, I plugged everything back in. And I go, did you? And she's like, well, there was one cord I didn't know what it was to or where it plugged into. And I was like, yeah, figured as much. That was the Thunderbolt cord. That was the Thunderbolt cord, so that we can run the Telestrator on it. I don't think I've ever tried to high tee that shot before. Perfect. That putt almost missed high side. And if I was another 10 feet back, that ball would have broke in front of the hole. And it would be fine if that's what happened as your putt got longer, but there could be a spot that's 68 feet that it does that. But then at 70 feet, it goes fucking bulleting past the hole. Almost like there's mini turbo putts all throughout the whole spectrum of distances now. Which, it's kind of tough because you don't... Turbo putts, we knew when they were coming, could adjust for them before. Now, you don't know when shit's coming. That's the major problem here. Like, yeah, we stopped rollovers for the most part. But we also don't know when the putter is going to do certain things. It would be nice to have something be 100% consistent. Not the best round on that. Could it hold up? It might. All right, so this invite I think is going to be Hollywood. So we can do some telestrating on this right now. We're gonna get what we see in prize play. Now here's the other thing too, guys. I don't know if they're fixing everything the way it should have been fixed at release. So are we going to have a totally different Golden Tee par with some of these tee boxes that weren't available in prize play, but were on contest? Are they mixed into the mix as what should have been there to begin with? That's where we don't know yet. And I mean, like I said, I really have no idea. The good news is, if we play all these courses, he met the telestrator, Jordan. He met this guy here. That's what he meant. Let's go to purple. Part of the reason King never did that, let people use the telestrator during tournament play. Well, one, he had one that wasn't as good as the one that we picked up now, but he's invariably the first person that used it just drew a penis on the screen, and that penis and boobs. I mean, guys, we're old young men. We're old kids, dude, and I fully expect that that's what would happen here. All right, nothing to see here. We're over the top pretty much everything. Now, if you notice this bag, I got rid of my 4. If you look what I did here, I dropped the 4 wood, added a 3 hybrid, mainly just for hole 17, because I was running into too many shots on that where I was having to overhit something, and really I didn't have anything that could land with a bounce forward. Now I've got that club, and it's done me no good because the one time I used it was against Lemon, and I fucked up 17 there too and blew that match wide open. After somehow, this is where I don't like that hole. He hit the tier, backed up, and it stopped on the fringe. I was like, oh, he's wet. Oh, no, he's not wet. Why not? That should have been wet. Every time I've hit the tier, I've been wet. Is that in? That looks in. Oh. So when we get to some of the more challenging holes, I'll define what I'm trying to do with the telestrator. For the most part, at the beginning of this round, there's not much to this course. But man, just playing it now with the par being 30 or the par being 28, the course was a lot of fun. Hey, you too, Justin, man. I feel bad that I skipped out of there right away afterwards, but I started feeling it a little bit. And knew we had a few hour drive to get home. Senor, obviously the miles per hour matter on your thumbs, but in general, that's the rule of thumb I've been using with it. It works out very well. If you go through, and I did a breakdown of it, let me see if I can find it here and see if you guys understand, but I broke down some of the clubs. Where is it? All right, let's go. Let's see if I can find it here. And now I've got in my recents, it's all my wife's shit from work. I don't like this. Ah, here. So we're going to copy that link and we're going to put it in the chat. All right, coming up here. Let me see if you guys can get this link. All right, take a look at that link. This link will tell you a lot about what I'm talking about here. But so at the high end, when you're in the 140s, 1 mile per hour does almost nothing. But as you drop down lower, 1 mile per hour is a difference of like 3 or 4 yards in some clubs cases. So I was hoping to find a linear representation between miles per hour and distance for each club, but it isn't like that. It's a diminishing returns. So there's a point in there at your 80 to 90 range where a 1 mile per hour difference is like a 3-yard distance difference for a lot of clubs. So obviously if you're thumbing in that range, yeah, it's pretty good as with a high T, but you could be looking at with a thumb high T of about a 5-yard difference between miles per hour, between what you're thumbing with miles per hour. Now I'm going not all, I mean, the numbers are there and it's only a small breakdown. I didn't do every club because once I saw that it was variable, there isn't really a sense in knowing what. I was hoping that for each club, we would come up with each miles per hour is 2.7 yards, or for this club, it's 3 yards. And it's not like that. It diminishes returns at near the top end of it. So it's not really as useful as I thought it would be. But those numbers might give you a little bit of info into what I'm talking about here. And man, having these numbers at my fingertips, somebody messaged me saying, that, hey, we're having an argument about turbo putts. And if they still exist. And I sent a spreadsheet out saying, look, these are the putter speeds from each different spot. Hey, Gino, how you doing, bud? Man, me being sick isn't anything compared to what you guys are going through. I hope you and Misty are doing real well, man. I know you're the type like me that would never ask, but you know if you do ask, I'll be down there in a heartbeat. All right, we got an uphill. Now that list I put up there, Senor, it might be useful for you to figure out what your thumbs will do with different clubs. But most of us figured that out already. Like, I already knew that shot was going to be a little bit short, man. I knew it was going to be. I was hoping that 5.5 wind was going to push it a little bit more. But we had it was an uphill green with a low trajectory club. Bam, that kills it. All right, let me get back to Telestrator on here because this is a hole too. Look, you got to be careful on tiered greens. You can't go to the bottom here. So how do we play this? So we'll do a flyby and look. All right, if you hit a high enough trajectory or low enough trajectory club at a high enough speed, the bounce off the face of the hill will kick up perfectly. Unfortunately, at the distance that we're at, we're not doing that. So we've got an uphill with a little wind in our face. So we're in a very friendly position here. I'm just going to snap thumb the 5. And all I'm looking at here is it's going to take me almost the full distance of the 5 wood to get to the bottom tier on a fly. So, and I'm doing this. So now I'm looking, my thumb shot won't go with the 5 wood. I won't get it to 256. Plus it's uphill. Plus the wind is in my face. So the only thing I'm risking here is if I hit the fringe up top on the bounce, or if I play this too far right. That's the only risk. I don't have any risk on this shot now because I know that I can't thumb it over the green. My normal speed thumbs isn't short, so I'm going to just thumb this at my max. I mean, I'm not going to try to get it over 100, but even if I hit 100 with this, I'm not going long. I'm perfect. And then once you realize that in between there, between 90 and 100, it's only like, I want to say it's like 2 yards it's 2 yards a mile per hour in there. I only have a variance of, let's say, 15, 20 yards on that shot between the max and the min. And I had plenty of room there. And I did go over 100, which is weird. But I think I went over 100 because I aimed that directionally a bit. So technically that was more like, when I'm talking distances and speeds on the ball, I'm always trying to bring the number back down to a relationship that we can see. Like right there, I hit a perfect 180 and it showed 145, right? But that's a straight shot. I call that, I hit that 142. I maxed that out. Because just that little bit off center allows that number to go higher. It doesn't change the distance at all, though. And that's something that a lot of us don't quite get. They think they see on a straight shot, they see 150 and they think you're hitting it a ton farther. It's going the exact same distance. If I hit a 180 at C1 and it reads 158, right? Which would be the max. So that's a perfect straight line between the C and the 1. That distance will be the exact straight line distance as if I hit a B2 142. It's a topic we've covered before, but it's something that you have to understand because, look, the shot meter is there mainly for us to follow each other around a bit. And if I see my opponent thumbs a shot dead straight 100 and misses the shot a little bit right, so I know I need to aim left to the tip of the 2. If I hit that 100 at the tip of the 2, guess what? That was only like a 94 straight, so I technically left it 6 miles per hour short than he did, and we'll have to adjust accordingly. So it's something to be cognizant of while you're following shit around. So that meter is really good at showing you shit, as long as you're good at seeing that info right there and breaking it down into something usable for you. I'd like to break it down into what I think that would be on a straight shot, and then go from there. Because I can't, I mean, you basically, if you hit a ball halfway between the 1 and the 2 and thumb it 100, I'm guessing at how fast you hit it. So if I can now instead, I go, okay, that was 100 out, 1.5. It added about 6 miles per hour, so he hit 94. So I got to get my 94 speed, and I got to push it at that same line. And those are the kind of calculations that you got to be able to do quick. Otherwise, that stuff is just going to be giving you information that you think you're using correctly, but you're absolutely not. It's just not the same when you hit a ball straight 100 and you hit a ball to 1.5 100. It's totally different. Hi, Neil. How you doing, buddy? I thought, Neil, I thought you were trying to rib on me, like I'm doing something wrong with not finishing the 2021 tournament yet. And I gotta say, I think I was the only one doing it right. Invites should have been shut down during this whole thing. We were technically playing incorrect setups and different setups than our opponents. It was happening on prize play more than anybody's going to admit, but it was happening quite a bit. It's just that you didn't see it a lot because the people that were getting the tee boxes that would make a difference weren't making a chush every time on it. But I tell you this much, if I'm playing Luna and he gets to hit from 420 and I have to hit from 480, that is a huge difference, and that is a stroke in that game almost every time. And with any top player, that is. Like, if you put somebody in a position where they can chush, yeah, Neil, I think I'm gonna send that one out again. I know you did miss it twice, and that was on you. Fuck Tickner. Right? Go do a fucking nugget count. Go do a nugget count, host a tourney, then tell your wife that it was me that made mistakes in Vegas and not your own self. That's the Tickner he's getting lambasted for this. We're gonna fucking, yeah. You know what? You're gonna get to play that invite over and over again until I feel like you won. Fair, right? Unless he played the next round after that, then I'd have to say, yeah, sorry about your luck. But we're gonna get it going. Hi, Scotty, how you doing, bud? Scotty, I wish I got to hang out with you more, and in St. Louis too. I didn't get to play games with most people. All right, this is the first hole I want to telestrate on. So we're gonna look up this tree here. Oh, whoops, we want to go here. Let's give ourselves that point, and let's use squares today. All right, so we're gonna give her that tree there. The 6-wood clears it almost every time. I had one box that I was close that it might not have, but it didn't hit it. So you can go through that gap with a 6-wood. From this distance, the 5 will get through the gap. Now the question is, do I want to play a cut with a high tee, or do I want to just throw this around? So we're going to actually throw this one around with a 10.5 backspin and actually bite. Oh, you got it too, man. Oh, geez. Yeah, I got a feeling there was probably, I mean, 10 to 20% of us ended up walking home with it. Hopefully, I haven't heard anybody getting pounded. I think King got it worse than most. The other thing was I was pounding steroids for the neck, and just for the fact that it's the only thing that stops me if I'm out of the tournament from getting gout, or pseudo gout they call it in my case. So I mean, I fight through stuff like that quite a bit. That I think I'm not sick, and then when I get off the steroids, I'm really sick. This thing beat the steroids even. I mean, COVID's not a fucking joke, and we're about to get hit again really bad, too. It's going to get really bad. I got a feeling Nashville's going to end up being a problem afterwards. Because already, everybody's already scheduling to be down there for a week ahead of time. Yeah. Oh, I just was telling everybody, Scotty, I've been taking tests every day. Today was the first day I did not test positive. So I finally got a negative test. So this was what? I tested positive the Monday before. It's now Wednesday. So we had 10 days of it. And the wife's in the same boat too. She sounds a lot worse than me right now. But the basic thing, I mean, we both had a fever really bad for one day. And then after that, it was just like a bad flu, cold type shit. Once again, we don't want to go to the bottom tier. Now, this is also where my 3 hybrid comes into play. Yeah, Jason, mine finally didn't test positive today, but I got all sorts of pressure, as you could hear. The 3 hybrid's going to be a lot useful here. Before, I had no club that I could bounce up. I'd have to land this on the green. Well, this, I could smoothie this up, let it hit the rough first, and kick right on, I think. No biggie, played it up. I tried to do that same thing against Lemon, and I misjudged the distance because I hadn't played a 3 hybrid bud. I want to say that the first round I used this bag on was during the qualifier in St. Louis. All right, so we got a pin up in the top middle. This is gonna be. I like this shot here. I just don't. I'm gonna baby cut it, so I want to have an angle coming in like this. Whoops, let's go here, delete that, and go to line. We want to have a shot coming in kind of like that. Sorry, my drawings aren't very good. So that we can bounce, and instead of, the problem with hitting the shot straight, even into an up 4 with an outwind, is that the bite will then come down, and then if you look at the shape of the green, up 4, right 9, you're like this, right? So when it comes back, now that's the full max stroke. So to the right-hand side in the front of that green is an up 10, maybe even an up 11. So we don't want to hit it there. Let's try thumbing this. I was thinking of cutting it in. Let's just thumb it to the left-hand side. Hopefully it hits the middle tier once and bounces right in. But now look at that. So like I said, we're on the up 10 part. So if I did not play that left enough, that ball would have just followed the 10 directly. So it's almost multiplying your bite into like a backspin. That was a very friendly look. But it's nice to have all the irons in your bag to be able to attack a hole like that. All right, we've got, and this goes to this point before, the high T thumb shot. I'm going to high T thumb this with bite, and it should be perfect. It's just a safe shot. Am I going to make it? I could have tried. To make it, though, I would have had to push that way closer to the edge that I wanted to. And if I'm clean going into 18 after sticking 17, I'm sticking 18 and walking the fuck away from that hole. Pretty simple there. But now in the same position, though, and if we go back, Senor, if I thumbed a high T 7 iron, the distance will be a lot further than the club distance. And you'll see that, like I said, with the higher lofted clubs. Scotty, I do not have any Champ 99 matches. We're going to get through all this. The only problem is if we accept an invite, it's got to get played tonight because at midnight they are all closing out. If they're open, they're getting refunded. So we're not going to, it really doesn't matter if we get refunded. That's fine. I have no problem paying 50 cents to get a match in with somebody just to see some courses. So, but we're going to have time. We're moving through these pretty quick. If I could cancel out of this, that would be great. Yeah, and like I said, I only played Champ 99 in the events mode. So that course might be brand new to me. All right, we got another Hollywood Hills. Let's see if we can go through. Let's see if we get 18, if we can get 17 well again. And we got that worldwide record of 30. That's impressive, right? Nice little 5 better. We're gonna pretend like we're special because of that. It kind of bothers me too that we've got world records that are unattainable based off of the conditions that we see in prize play. I don't like that. As much as, look, when I was banging, the world records really didn't mean much to me. But now, it not being a banger, so to say, when I go out, I still want to take a worldwide record down. And with the dailies being in there on the courses, that makes a worldwide record unattainable. And then now you're getting records from everybody that was playing on a home edition in contest, which makes it unattainable to do in prize play. And I'm not going to sit and spend time just for a record without getting any sort of reward for it. I mean, I'm going to only play invites and only going to play. I'm not going to sit and bang the contest mode. Ched, the plan is to go. Like I said, I need a fucking job, dude. I had one that, you know, I had no idea that THC was considered an illegal drug for places anymore. So that failed a drug test with THC and opioids in my system, but they didn't even want to know anything after that. They just said nope. I was like, wow, you don't even want to see if my doctor prescribed this for me, because I do have an Illinois ID and I still have a residency there. Maybe I had a nope, none at all. Not interested. All right, cool. I would get it if CRST was having to do with if I was driving a truck. But it was just logistics for them, and okay. Not worth arguing. Not a place I want to work then after hearing that. So the plan is to be in Nashville. I don't know yet. I don't know for sure if I will be able to or not. If you know anything about me, you know that tournaments are probably my only reason for playing Golden Tee really anymore, because I want to see all you folk and I want to play competitive golf. That's the only. It's why I still love this game. There's two things about Golden Tee that stick out for me in general. That on any given day, look, you can be the best in the world at something that millions of people have done. Not many people can say that. I mean, you have to be a professional athlete in order to do something like that, or have a job that most jobs don't have rankings in that regard. But Golden Tee, if I come out and I shoot an 8 better, I'm the best in the world right now. There's no doubt about it. No one can take that from you. And then the other part is, I still think if I went to an airport right now and just picked a random city to fly to, I could call someone and have a place to stay, and we'd go out and have a great time when I'm there. And that just doesn't happen in most things that we do in this world, that you have that kind of group of friends, and that's all you guys. So I appreciate you guys being here. Aw, enough for sentiment. All right, same thing on this one. We can do the math again. I have no wind in or out, so we're not even worried about the cross, but we have uphill. So a thumb shot with backspin, can I get to the marker? No, I can't. Not with my thumbs. I'm looking at this landing about 250 at max. Would that be a problem? Yes. So I'll back it up, and we can just thumb it a little right. We should be fine. Not going too deep. That was closer than I wanted it to be, but that distance is perfect. And my recommendation on the tiered green holes, unless you really need it, or the pins at the bottom, if the pin's at the top, your focus is not making the shot. Your focus should be on keeping the ball at the top. Really, that's it. Because the only way you can be totally screwed on a hole like that is if you end up at the bottom. Uh-oh, we got Brad Stewart sending photos. Well, Brad, I'm glad that you do, my man. That's what I like to hear. His little man cave, pretty impressive. The thing I can't quite understand about this is how your wife allowed you to spend time doing this when you just had a preemie, dude. Like, wow, dude. Impressive big D energy for Brad Stewart there. Got to give him some credit here. I mean, he's almost at Aiden Cleary big D energy level. How's that? How's that in 4K 21 watt? Or 6 speakers, 2,000 watts. My bad. My bad. I misread that. Maddie B. Hey, Maddie, I didn't ask you or Sean. Did either of you guys get sick? You guys probably have a pretty strong immune system from it, being that you're in the industry. But it seems like a lot of people that I didn't expect to ever get COVID got it from this last batch. I mean, I know I came up, I got up in your grill and put some loving on you, Maddie. So you could have gotten it, right? Yeah. Very true. Okay, Brad. That's the kind of shit I say to Jill while you guys are listening, and then when I leave, I go, "Can I have permission to do the things that I said this tonight?" No, Aiden doesn't have 3. Oh, he does. You're right. It is 3. My God. No, but more. No, Scott, you should have seen last year in Nashville with Aiden. One, okay, his wife's beautiful. She's super smart, super nice, really good taste in wine. And dude, I'm talking to Aiden and her, and Aiden's like, "All right, go. You gotta go. I got GoldenTeeTV to play." And then she goes and stands outside with 2 suitcases. I'm like, "Aiden, what are you doing, man? You can't leave your wife in your party." Like, "Oh, she's good. She's fine. She's good." I was like, "Wow, that's kind of fucked up." And then he's like, "Yeah, she set up a mini bar for me in the room, and then but had to go back today." And I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Crazy." Yeah, I mean, hey, more power to you, man. Sean was good too, I hope. Wow, that thing backed up a lot more than I thought. Shot through the trees. Oh, I don't know. Oh, Aiden's an amazing guy, dude. There's something about the East Coasters, Scott, that they're... If you're talking about this shot, this one, you can actually go through the tree with the 5-wood here. And I'm going to back it up and do just that. You see how high over that was? It's really not that much of a bad play. I don't have a shot through those trees. Did I hit one through the trees? I don't think I did. I don't know what you're talking about on that, Kevin. Oh, well, sorry, dude. I'd rather... You mean in putting it in the dirt. Yeah. To me, that's stupid when I can have a shot from the fairway with the straight up 10 green or up 8 green every single time. Doesn't matter the setup. So I'm doing that. With stouts, there's not a wind or a distance that we've seen yet on a tee box that I can't just hit that straight. All right, we're going to flip this soft. Now, I don't know the 3 hybrid very well. This might be a bad risk, but we're going to try it. I liked it. Yeah, the C3 high tee from the line that it aims you, move it all the way left. C3 high tee it, backspin roll. It doesn't matter. It comes down. I tried to cut the corner more, and that's gotten me in trouble. Other than that, no issues. Okay. All right, I'm going to snap thumb this. Fuck, I don't know. I mean, I want to just snap thumb this and land this right at the pin, and I think that will be right about at the pin. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. Now, unless it goes wet. All right, that's fine. Now, that's something to look at, too. If you're over that far back, that will not go in the water. That's not rolling through all that. So that's actually a good safe zone to worry about here. But if I left that any bit too far left, that ball it trickles through that rough and ends up in the water. So we birdied 17 twice today, guys. I think we're going to just call it. That's all we needed on this stream. A 15 in the face. This one I'm going to thumb the high tee 10.5 with backspin. We're fine with that. That's as much as I ever really want to have to attack that hole. And if you get a birdie on 17, you don't necessarily have to attack 18 that hard. Brad, let me see here. I want to say I now have 12 left. If you want to throw a couple of, Brad, if you want to throw a Champ 99 on here, we'll definitely be able to get that done. Oh, yeah, we're going to get through these pretty damn quick. And then we also have one's a par 3. All right, we'll be fine here. All right, we're breaking my record on my machine. We're going big here. We're going big. Okay, make sure I got the right bag, and we do. don't know why I've always played the 8.5 here rather than the 9.5. There's got to be some reason for it, because really all it does is on this hole, you kind of have to numb it down a little bit. And Kevin, just because the guys at the tournament are doing something doesn't mean they're doing the right thing. If you're putting a ball in a position where your approach now has risk on it, I don't understand that. That doesn't make any sense to me. Get in. What time? Oh, I thought they'd triple. There's a lot of shots. And I mean, even when I watch Luna's stream, guys, he hits shots that you should not be hitting. That I'm telling you that I think they're the wrong shots. Now, do they work for him? Absolutely. But we can put the ball anywhere on most courses and come up with a shot. Doesn't mean it's the best way to play it. And I think, and honestly, I would guarantee, if you have an easier way of doing something on these courses, you should do it that way. You don't have to follow what everyone else does. Especially, I mean, if you find a spot that you know you always have a thumb 3 wood in on your next shot, even though it's not the shot that everyone else does, cool. You like that shot, do it. Now, if you're doing that instead of having a 40-yard chip, then you're fucking up. But basically, if you can't get to the hole and you can get a same repeatable shot over and over again, that you don't have conditions to fight with it, do it. That's really it. I mean, you want to have repeatable things in Golden Tee. Lots of repeatable things. Especially since we're playing stouts, so the wind isn't going to be the cause of it not being repeatable most of the time. Oh! Now see, this is why this needs to go away. Why didn't I get ultra points for that? Why isn't this an ultra? I see no ball mark. I see nothing there. Let's watch it again. That's an ultra, isn't it? I don't. I'm sorry. That's dead center cup. That is an ultra. I should have 22,000. I should have 23,500 points right now. It is Cole. How you doing, bud? Oh, did we moist it up twice? Did we go back to back moist? Goddamn, thought we did. Points are the defining play on a lot of these games, and to have it be such an arbitrary bullshit thing, that can't be deciding what people get paid on. I just can't justify that. Like, it'd be cool. Okay, give them something like Golden Tee points, because Golden Tee points are almost never in play. They're really not. It's almost impossible to time Golden Tee points. Oh shit, Ghost Raycon, gotcha. Good. Oh, did he do it again? He's done it again, folks. Let's go, baby. Let's get that moisture cooking. Now, I had to rag on the wife, because when I was sick and she was not, she went and got me sodas. Oh, sweet, sweet. I'll probably leave the repeater to accept after midnight. Actually, you're going to play it tonight, so I'll get them accepted. Fuck it. All right, let me get those invites accepted. We'll get to those two. All right, hang on a second. No. Let's get this here. All right, we're going to the invite screen. Now I have turned on my biometric readings for it, and it hasn't been working right. Let's see if it does now. I'm not going to type my PIN. I know you guys have caught me when I'm staring at invites or doing something here or texting people, and you guys saw some shit you might not have wanted to see or should have seen. Let's find these. Let's go. Okay, so we got... We're going to save that one. We're going to save that one. Yeah, Sean, Maddie, I'm going to wait to accept your random one there because, unless you're playing right now, then I'll happily accept them. But I don't want... I got a few of these here that people have sent that might be right now. There we go. We got the random one we're accepting. Okay. I think Brad's doing this because he's probably in this game with me. And oh! Wow, it worked. Okay, good. The fingerprint worked. Okay, there's that. We'll get B. Stewart here. We'll get this one. And okay, gotcha. I'm gonna wait. I won't accept them yet. So I think that's all. Brad, I only had two. You said 2 champs and another one, but I don't have 2. I just had the 1. God. I hate this whole when you're not playing this course a lot, I fuck this up a lot. Not this time though. Oh! Oh! Oh, okay, got you, Jeff. Let's get yours in here then. Let's find that one. Don't forget to start getting signed up for the 2022, the first handicap tournament of the year that we're doing. Neil, are you playing? Oh, wait. Jeff, I always think that's Neil, but that's you. Got it. Accepted. Good man. All right, we'll get that going here in a minute where everybody's accepted. We're good. Oh, okay, got you. I got them both. Guys, I think a dead straight hard thumb, and this goes in. Fuck. I did everything I wanted to. I needed a click left, and that wind moved it more than I thought it would. Now, this one I've always had aspirations of just nuking it and then having a short shot in. Yeah, let's try this. I mean, it's not going to be bad ever from here. It's just a question of playing from dirt. Dirt always seems to lose more distance. Like, without a pullback, you're going to lose a lot more. So I'm going to do this. The only good thing about dirt compared to rough is you get more backspin. Thanks, Jeff. Wow, we got a big game going here. Oh, shit. This has got a good chance, too. Now, can I keep that soft enough and thumb it with backspin? I think this is the play. I really do. So good. Now, see, all I'm doing there is... Look, I know with a 9-iron, my thumbs are going to land about the distance of the overhead number, right? So with that one there, I had a wind in my face. Okay, cool. That a 4.5 mile per hour wind, it'll affect a 9-iron a pretty good amount. And then the uphill gave me confidence that I couldn't go over the green. And that's all I'm looking at on a shot like that is going, okay, am I going over the green? No. Am I going short of the green with the backspin? No. Let's just pray we get the line right. It won't turn... No, I don't think the patch is going to go out right at midnight either. It generally, patches get pushed manually by the mat, so they push the first thing when they get in. So I'll have to find that out. And actually, let's send a message. Our game's just closing. Until you get patch. So typically with a patch like this one, Matt, you're going to be red lighted with the patch because this is a major one fixing some pretty serious shit. So they typically will say, okay, when it's just minor cosmetic fixes, they'll say, okay, you're good. Red, like live play is good for patch 0.04 and 0.05. I have a feeling for this one, it's going to say only everyone has to have the patch before they could be online. So I'm assuming that if they're restarting games closing out games at midnight, that they're going to have to push the patch right then too. And hopefully you can catch it. The bad part is there's no way in the machine to have it forced for a patch. You can do a forced call, but that technically doesn't make it look for a patch at all. Your game just has to be put up in the list of CIDs for it to say, okay, we're calling for the patch for this right now. And this one, it's weird that they do this at a midnight. Typically they do this like start a work day kind of thing. So we'll have to see. I put a feeler out to find out. I asked Adam and Kevin. We'll see if they got a response for me. And to be quite frank, they might not know. This is a little different than how the patches have been done in the past. I think this is probably going to be one of the larger ones they've ever done. That, if you look at the list, that's a lot of crap on that list. We don't need to telestrate this course at all. We've seen it enough. I'm not coughing every time I hit my e-cigarette either anymore, so that's a plus. All right, we're going to nuke this and try to backspin it in. Oh, I thought that wind would turn it. So we'll wait and see if we get a response on this at all. All right, this is the hole that I'm likely to blow when I have a good game going. So we're just going to play the 6-wood, and we're going to nuke it. Even if this lands short, I'm safe. If it goes long, it's not going wet. That's ample for me there. So if you don't know, the roof of that building keeps your spin on. With a 6-wood, there's no way it's bouncing long enough to get to the water. If you hit it with a 3-wood or a 4-wood in some cases, yeah, you're bouncing wet. So that one was going to be, that was utterly safe. And also, we had a chance to make it, which we almost did. All right, let's get one more hole out here. Well, let's get one more. 33s are good, but 34s feel so much better. No, Brad, I don't have any. I actually don't have any physical trackballs to go inside of any trackballs. I got casings, rollers, red boards. Shit. Now that just Todd Thompson, I sent a fucking padded envelope with 4 red boards to him, and it got returned saying that this was a suspicious package. Please take to the post office to mail it. And then I had COVID and I totally forgot to do it. Uh-oh, we lost a light. No. We gotta get that back on. There we go. We're back. All right, 31. Let's get to 33. Let's ace 18. Okay, that's not a good look to ace, but it's not terrible. Didn't cut it enough. I was scared. I didn't want to overcook it. We'll take the 33. That's a good way to end the big Dodge tournament. Nice little 2-better. We had a couple more in there that I thought could have dropped. 2 of those par 3s were awful close. I mean, this is where it goes. When you hear somebody hitting a 5-better or 6-better, just imagine that. I mean, we played that round, it set up for the best it could have set up. And then we played it decently well too. But we still needed to have, I mean, to catch really 7-better even. I needed 5 more of those shots to drop. Yeah, there were 2 or 3 par 3s that were right on the cusp of it. But 5 more to drop there, my God. Getting to those numbers, it's lucky with skill on top of it. The key is not that, it's that you don't fuck up when you have all those hole outs. I mean, I think I probably shot a few games where I had 6 or 7 hole outs, but the 7-better on Lake Powell was the first time I shot that and didn't have any mistakes. If I can't be close to you, I'll settle for the ghost of you. All right, 234. We're going to hit the 5. We're going to baby cut it with backspin. Did we hit it hard enough? Guys, I'm feeling sharp. A lot of these are feeling sharp right now. But the Zero Sugar Major Melon Mountain Dew actually isn't terrible. God, for some reason, the 2-wind, when it's 2-wind, I always overplay it to the right. But that one there, when that ball hits the green, it turns back right a little bit. All right. I hate this hole. I think it's terrible, but we're going to try. I've just relegated myself to making sure I don't hit anything going through. Oh, I called it, didn't I? I said it, man. I was a huge fan of Pineapple Crush because I had it when I was a kid. My uncle gave it to me when we were up at his lake house. And that was the only time I'd ever seen it. And then Pineapple Crush came back. But I like Mountain Dew much better, I think. You see that, guys? That was a 10.5 getting through there. And I didn't slow that down much at all. I basically just made sure I had a cut with it. Bite will make it go a little higher, but I didn't think I had any risk of height on that. But that's a 10.5 driver. So that's got to prove to you guys that you do not need the O-bird, nor do you want to use it on that hole as a crutch anyway. That shot would have been a lot harder with an O-bird to stick. And if you use that as a crutch, you basically can use that hole to teach you guys how to change your angles around a lot in order to get better at shot shaping. And like I said, I put the O-bird in categories of a club that it's a specialty club, meaning that if there's a hole that I need it on a course, I put it in there. So i.e. Winding Pines, I have a 0 hybrid in there. On Rhineland, I have a 0 hybrid because you have setups on those courses that you cannot get the ball onto greens without that club. But I don't want it in my bag ever. Like, it's not a useful club all the time. Now, there's a couple guys, Cowboy One Bird, he likes to hit that damn club all the time. And yeah, see, that was a right one break that it didn't show. I hate that shit. And it really comes into play on uphill putts because you're not able to putt through the break like you can with downhill putts. Damn it. Hang on, did we get a response? All right, no response yet to the text, so I'll try to answer that question for you in a bit. My guess, though, Matt, is that at midnight, I bet machines go red light until the patch comes in. I mean, it's how it should be. I don't know if it's how it is or not, though. I wanted to hit that short. I feel like missing that putt just probably cost me this game. This hole's a lot better on the contest tees. Like, you get a tee box on this where you can get it on the green with the C3, which is fun. I like this. I like these. I like a lot of these holes. I just don't like a lot of the tee boxes that we're playing on these holes. Like that's pretty basic and boring. Every time it's the same damn shot. Maybe stick us behind the mountain a little bit somewhere, something like that. All right, how do we want to attack this? I mean, we got every opportunity. All we got to do is stay to the left of that. I'm actually just going to high tee it and try to plop it down right by the pin. I don't want to screw around with this hole too much and have it overcut and maybe click the wall coming by. Yes, that did lessen the likelihood of a hole out or an ace on that hole, but we'll take it just to make sure we have the easy eagle. Key on this one, just hug the wall as much as you can. Get used to where that wall is, because you'd much rather have a 3-wood coming in on this than having to hit an 8.5 driver in. Because if you look in front of that green, if you leave this ball anywhere short with the 8.5 driver, it's hitting the edge of that wall, and it's kicking you back. And with sticky sand, that ball can line you right up against the wall. No, man, it'll go. It'll go. The patch, in fact, don't turn your machine off. If you turn it off, it basically skips you in the line. Okay. All right, we're going to get greedy here. We're going to go low tee bite. Get past the hole, maybe go in. Fuck. I was worried that that ball would be snapping back too hard with the low tee bite, but it didn't snap much, and that's good. All right, wind's out. Well, this is a big poke anywhere you want to put it. All right, what's over here? I like to be down. I want to be in the dirt here almost. Our holly was tasty. Did I fuck up? I don't know. We're going to see if we have a shot. That's got to be over, right? Yeah, that's over that all day. No, it was not over it. Wow. Wow, that hill is... That's a very bad optical illusion. That hit the hill. This is one of those putts that I'm going to play it like I normally do. Chances are it's going to go probably short left side. Yeah. And that's just because we don't know, like, if that's going to be at the bottom edge of the dynamic range of a putt or the top edge. It's a tough one to decide. And as much as I like that we're not having rollovers very much at all anymore, God, I think that putting's a lot worse. I think putting's worse now. And there's got to be a happy medium in there where there's might be some rollovers, but you're also not getting putts that you can't get to the green. And I brought it up I think a perfect example was the Lemon Fox match. Yeah, this game's not going well. Like that. If that ball should have snapped right when it landed. Think about your putts like a chip then. Like your chips, you always know the speed you can hit and you can control it. You don't have that with putting anymore. All right, nothing special to do here, except we're going to just put it to that island. I'm being lazy. Almost should always use a tee here, but I was going to end up where it was anyway. Yeah, it's not a total garbage, Frank, but it's inconsistent at best. Like this one here, I'm going to not C-putt it, and this isn't going to roll over most likely. Because its dynamics are down almost too tight on the numbers. So you can't get past the hole by enough for that ball to be coming hot enough to roll over. That was a pretty bad game there. Going from a 33 to a 24, not good. All right, we got some weird staggering there. Still, my button hasn't gone out in a while now since I messed with those. I'm firmly convinced that it is a coding issue that's causing that to happen. Do I know what it is? No. So we're going to just pray to God that it's fixed. But I was able to and it's not doing it anymore, so that's good. All right, we got to make sure we got my par 3 bag on. And I do not. All right, we got an 8 here. 1 click left. Low tee bite thumb. Hit it straight. Yep, that should be in. Except it didn't come back. Ah! Thought that would snap a bit. Well, Frank, honestly, when we noticed that putting changed, I was told they didn't know they did any changes to it, which kind of made me a little flabbergasted. But it happened. What my initial theory is, and I kind of think that I was right, that putting really didn't change. They just took the attribute of your ball off of it. So we're putting everything like stock now. And I think it was to... Oh, I wanted to hit there. I thought that bounced forward. Shit. That rock is faced the other way right there. Not... Ah, fuck that. But so they were trying to get rid of the Vanguards being able to putt. I mean, you could putt a Vanguard 250 when every other ball you can't break 150. And when they did that, what I think they did to fix it as an easy fix was to take off the ball attributes. which would make every ball the same when it's on the green. And that makes sense because the 25-yard turbo distance still works when you're not on the putting surface. And so I'm pretty sure I'm right with what I'm saying here. And that it wasn't like an intent to fix rollovers or anything like that. It was just an unintended consequence, you know, like when something good, though, came out of that unintended consequence. But it's not right. It doesn't feel right anymore. There's way too many times that I'm missing putts that there's no chance that I would ever have missed before. So at tournaments, feel free to putt for my guy anytime you want. Anybody, I will never complain. All it's doing is making me not have a chance of missing it. Well, this game's done. And another DNF. Let's try to putt this, though. I want to see if this works. Nope. So that's uphill a little bit, which if it wasn't, this putt would be on the green and I'd be thinking of making it. In fact, let's try to put it to the spot where it's downhill. Is that downhill? Yep. I think I can putt this now. See? It's still there. When it's slightly uphill, the putter doesn't let you get in the air. It gets into the air on accident when it's a downhill putt. So that's why that works. You get your max putter speed, and since you're not on a surface, it goes the max speed. I just wish that thing was all downhill, because that would have been great. Missing that green in a tournament and then draining the putt from up top to save par. You get it sometimes on hole 18 of Hollywood, too. All right, we got Hollywood. Now we're getting back to these. Sorry, we're playing Hollywood again, but we're playing all of the invites. Now I'm hoping on a couple of those DNFs that the other person doesn't play and we get it refunded. That could be a perfect world. Now I got to look at that 30 under record on this course, knowing that I'm not breaking it, which kind of sucks. I'm not breaking it for a while, at least, until we start seeing more tee boxes. Oh, I like the middle name here. But I also don't know why, and they don't know why the sand is different now either. So that's not... Those kind of things scare me, though. Like, if you don't know a reason why something changed, that's not a good thing. Like, what did you do that made the change happen? And I will say this, they are definitely getting better, giving us, like, change logs and things like that. That helps out a lot. And honestly, it should help them out quite a bit with their coding, too, when they know, okay, we did this and this before this patch, and now this happened. So somewhere these two are messing with each other, and now we can. It gives you more information to drill down to finding the root cause of something. And in that regard, I hope we start using a lot more root cause analysis when we're looking at troubleshooting Golden Tee in general. Unfortunately, in the past, I don't think it's been there always. It was like, okay, the shit works. We're good with that. Let's try to add this little thing and see if it fucks anything up. The problem was a lot of the things that got fucked up. Frank, I agree, but part of the reason I'm loving it is that the people in place are definitely trying to improve the game and make it better. It's just that, I mean, a lot of us say all these good things until we see the limitations that we have inside the workplace. We can't really be fair and be too hypercritical on individuals. We know the process is terrible. We can guarantee that. But we just got to hope that the people in place are trying to make the processes better. I know for a fact that's the case. But it doesn't mean I still don't get extremely irritated. Stuff like I guaranteed that we were going to have different setups with those lock condition cards. We said it on stream beforehand at the tournament. And we had fucking different conditions on lock conditions. That still baffles me. To me, it looks like my levels are good, but somebody could tell me otherwise. Yeah, it would be my guess that it's got to be on your end. But last time King got me set up pretty dang good with sound. All right, we're gonna pull this one back. Once again, I'm not worried about this going over the tier unless I hammer on it. 117 is definitely not a hammer. We're definitely not going to the bottom tier, so we're good. Thanks, Jerry. I hope, unless that means you sound like shit like always, then I'm gonna have to rescind that. Thank you. But if you mean, oh, it sounds as good as usual, okay, then I can take that. That's good criticism. I like that. That's positive feedback. I can't tell about sound right now because I swear with the headphone in, I was hearing like a tinny sound, and I thought it was my headphone being broke, and I'm hearing the same damn tinny sound in my left ear that I was hearing before. And it's just all pressure up here. Yeah, I get that one too. That's mainly because we have to do a lot of compression, Brad, in order to eliminate air conditioner or fucking house fan or fan that I got blowing on me. It sucks too because I have the voice of an angel, from those who've heard me, and now it's absolutely. So most of the time the machine locks up. Oh, this is okay. So I thought you said that it wasn't doing that, but yeah, I mean, if a hard drive's going out, it's freezing when it's trying to load something. That's really it. That's basically why pretty much any of these systems lock up. It could be a memory leak. It could be a hard drive not working right. But most likely, yes. That's. If I start getting a ton of stuttering on my game while I'm playing, the first thing I do is I'll replace my drive. So here, this is the one you were talking about. People were going through the trees. Yeah, great. But look at how, okay, so even if I get through the trees perfectly, right? Okay, great. It's safe. It's through the trees. I now have a shot that I have a lot less green to work with coming out of a hazard, so your distances on the overhead are going to be incorrect. When I could just do this every time. Oh my God, I hung that way out there. And guess what? Perfectly fine. No issues here. And now I got all this green to work with. So Kevin, you'll never see me go into that dirt or talk about that shot because it's absolutely an incorrect shot. It is not the right shot to hit there. The risk to reward is not existent because you have no risk going the other way. So no, I won't be talking about that shot because it's people that are hitting it are wrong. It's like I said, Luna was always going to the islands. And I said that is a dumb shot too. Because those islands are sloped. They're a surface that is not technically correct. They're fucking grass. So it's like stone with AstroTurf on top of it is how I look at that stuff. So it fucking bounces funny on it. All right, again, we're backing off. That pin's up close. I'd like to hit a 6-wood here to be over the tree, but we're going to hit a hard 5 instead. And look, that's over the tree for the most part, too. And I watered it. Whoa, we got a little, not lucky. That was actually pretty good. All right, so you look at that shot. The tree to the right is the only thing you're really worried about. Otherwise, that high tee is pretty damn good coming up the middle. We're going to knock it here. We're looking where the pin is. It's up at the top. So we're going to have something to hit short and bounce up. And that's only because I put the 3 hybrid in my bag. Let's look at this shot and pretend like we don't have it. Sorry, Gomez is asking me a good question, and it's a good. All right. Yeah, guys, Gomez just sent me a question that I think some people might want to know. But he asks, he goes, is there a way to cash out but not cash out everything in your account? Now, what we used to do for that to happen was you would, before invites this is, we would just play past the game limit on a course, and then you could just do that and stack up a whole bunch of flyby refunds so that you had the money in your account when you got to the next game. That doesn't really work as well anymore. But what I told him to do is just send a whole bunch of invites out to your friends. So if you want to save $200 and cash out the other $800 in your account, send 8 invites to someone and tell them to wait a minute and then decline them. Just decline them decline them after you cash out, and then you'll have the money right back. We're gonna try this again. Did I get enough on it? He did stopping? No, wet. See, this is why this hole's bullshit. That should never be a ball in the water. I was literally an inch from making that shot, and now I'm wet. If we watched me play lemon on that, his didn't go wet magically there, and he hit the tier of the green. This hole is a travesty to Golden Tee. I mean, it's morally offensive to have that shot be the shot. I don't. So it was either I made that or I bogeyed it. That's awesome. That high T thumb of whatever clubs the distances of the line, fucking money on 18. You'll rarely see me miss 18 unless I spray it pretty bad. Okay, so I just got word the patch is going to start pushing at midnight. The patch will start pushing at midnight, so I'm guessing that all machines will go red until they get the patch. So you guys, if you're planning on going out and playing tonight and you were going to cross the midnight border, my guess would be to, one, your games prior to midnight aren't going to close and they're going to refund, and then you're going to be waiting for a patch to fucking come that you might get instantly and you might get it later. So my guess is if you're a banger or you're going out to play, take the night off, spend it with family, watch word of mouth, check out some replays. Let's take a look, though, at Champ 99. I believe that's coming up next. Kevin Lindsay, always on the ball. Very nice. Wow, Brad, that's good. That's great for you, man. When did that happen? You don't... One better from you. Wow, that's crazy. Must be the new man cave, man. Ah, Jeff, Jeff, I just saw your payment there. Jeff, did you update the list? Did you update that the Excel? I know for the first time I posted it, it wasn't allowing it to be updated because it was doing that. And this is another hole why the new sand is bad. Okay, this is something I almost forgot. I have not assigned a bag to this course yet. Whoops. So we need to go here, and we're going to just play our 8.5 basic. I got an 8.5 basic and a 9.5 basic. They're the same exact sets of club except for the driver. Now, I would say if the sand was working as normal, I would think this punched this thing. The new tournament's just going to be 2022 random courses. So it could be the first 4 and champ together. We're going to do a straight 80% handicap. I'm not noticing a real big swing depending on course of handicap scores. Yeah, Nihan's got a higher par, but I don't think it messes with handicaps too much. What does suck, though, is that we've got 3 courses with pars under 26. It does help, man. I mean, shoot, I'm sitting in here. I'm at 37% humidity right now, and I don't like it. I don't like it, sir. I also don't have the dehumidifier cranking as I normally do. It's down at a lower setting. All right, did I hit it hard enough, or am I backing that thing off? Nope, we're good. Woo! Almost not good. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. So I did also figure out when people have a problem with the Excel sheets. So any post that you make on Facebook, even though it shows you the right link, Facebook fucking routes you through one of their servers first and then goes to the link. So things like Microsoft Forms or anything Microsoft that's shared is showing you coming from an invalid spot, even though it's a wide open link to use. So you just can't copy and paste that link. You got to open those things on the device that you're using at the time. I'm sure there's a program or something out there that you can just strip the Facebook shit off of it, but copy and paste one of those links that always shows something Facebook if you get it on a messenger. Nothing special here. Did I get risky and go wet? No, we're not wet. Okay, we're gonna snap thumb this with bite. Haha, good man. We're gonna try to get that thing past the hole and one hop back in. Nope. Yeah, this is a pretty... All right, in my opinion, this is the best looking course that's ever been designed, and it might be the most boring course that's ever been designed. I doubt it would have been this boring if we played it when it was released, but with tees and balls and clubs, it's pretty fucking boring. It's okay, though. It shows a time thing, and at least they didn't show us, like, 5 tiered greens to make it a bad course. It's not a bad course. It's just kind of straightforward and boring. Great news is, though, is that there'll be new tee boxes on this course, and I got a feeling some new tee boxes on this course might make this one a lot more fun. Yeah, Brad, I just can't go to the southeast, dude. I like your people down there. I can't deal with humidity like you guys get. I just can't do it. I can't stand it. Big people don't like... I don't like to sweat. And I sweat just for being outside. That's not cool. I'm not into that. I play a fucking video game for money and stream it because I don't like to sweat. You don't see me sweat while I'm playing this damn game. Fuck. Not gonna ever see me sweat. It's just like me too. I love real golf. I love playing. I won't play at a tournament, mainly because, one, I don't play enough golf. If I play at a tournament, guys, if you know anything about me, I like to swing really hard and hit really far. And if I don't do it every day or every week, then I get muscles that I don't even know are there that start hurting. And when it comes to Golden Tee after that, those muscles hurt and change everything. So for me, every time, this has been a 6-wood or a 9-wood. I haven't hit the branches once. I've gone underneath it with a low driver and stuck it. It's one of those unnecessary, stupid things that we do sometimes. You don't need to go underneath that hole. There hasn't been a setup yet that you can't get over and stick to green. It's harder sometimes, obviously, but it can always be on. Oh, that was not a good effort. All right, so we're clean still. Nothing special, nothing really going on here. I would telestrate this course, guys, but I mean, we really aren't having to find anything goofy on this one. There's nothing weird that you're playing a bounce or something goofy to get on. And you're going to find that a lot with a lot of the remastered courses. But this one's a little different. I mean, obviously a little different than we've ever had. Eat shit, Brad Stewart. You're not winning twice. He's like, great, I'm 2 better. All right, pins in the right. Look, we're not going to get cute with this. We're just going to stick the green. Baby cut, bite, and we're not sticking the green. Okay, we stuck the green. We played that just like that. Beautiful. Perfectly done. That's all you want to do. Man, that wind moved that a lot more than I thought it would. I thought that cut I had with the pitcher with the 10.5 was more than enough. Obviously, there was no risk at that one ever of being wet. We played it so that we had a half a ball overhang to count for. The other thing I haven't noticed, they did not mention in the patch notes, though, that the 9-wood's getting changed. And that, I don't mind it. I don't mind Legacy having it. It's not breaking the game. It doesn't break the game having the different 9-woods. I really hope when they do change it, they make the 9-wood on PGA the same as this. For the short term, that's the right thing to do. I get it. In the long haul, you want the 9-wood to actually play like the other clubs do. And right now, it's juiced up an extra 10, 15 yards over what it says. So it would make, I mean, for the part of me that wants everything to be perfect, okay, go with the PGA 9-wood and bring that down. For the part of me that doesn't want to have to change shit, I don't want to see this 9-wood ever go anywhere and change again. We've already done it once and it cost me $50 in bag builds. I don't want to spend $50 again on building new bags. Guys, this shot is just not good. I'm telling you right now, this is only drivable with an 8.5 right now. The 9.5 will not get there. I mean, the 10.5 is short. I have to cut it. Honestly, I'm laying up. I don't think I've ever laid up on this hole. I think that was the worst look I've ever seen on it. And now I don't know where to lay up, so did I totally fuck myself, which I kind of did. And the benefit here, having a lead going into that hole, or in a match, like having your opponent going first, would be a huge benefit there, because there's not many people who are going to lay up on that. I probably would have done that in prize play, because I don't think anybody was sticking that. That's look, you have to have a cross cut on it. You can't straight line it. So a high T 10.5, you're looking at maybe 330 max on it. Oh, Frank, there is a definite distance. The 9-wood on PGA plays like the 9-wood should. The 9-wood here is technically a 200-yard club. If you look, Frank, I got up some videos. If you just go, I think if you just search in YouTube, I got some testing between all of the woods up there, and you'll see that they're all almost identical clubs. There's only like a 4-yard difference in distance on them, because the distance is on the 9-wood, it's like 10 yard. It's playing 10 yards longer than the number it shows there. The 8-wood's about 5 yards longer, and then the 7-wood plays correct. So if you think about it, those are all almost identical clubs. There's no reason you don't want the 9-wood in your bag over the other two right now, because the distance is negligible, but the height is like 30 feet difference in height max. So that's the biggest part of the 9. And I hung that out at 158. I'm wet because I hit it too good. If I don't hang that at 158, that ball's going to be perfect. I didn't expect it. Honestly, that is a bigger problem to me than not being able to hit 158. It's on a shot like that where I didn't want it to be 158, where it reads it and it got all the way out, and now that ball is going to never snap enough and catch it. So if you're playing PGA, Frank, and you look at your overhead view, you don't have to make an adjustment to the 9-wood like you do right now with this one. No, not at all, Frank. The old 9-wood, no, that's not it at all. The old 9-wood was way, look, it had a way different, if you look at the graph I put out with miles per hour and distance, that one had, you could hit that old 9-wood at the top end. If I maxed out the old 9-wood, and okay, wait a minute. There's been 3 different 9-woods, right? There was the 9-wood that was out originally with the flare set. Okay. The flare set 9-wood was longer than the 7-wood on that set, even though it showed less. You could hit that thing forever. Like, I could hit it the same distance as a 5-wood. Okay. They then nerfed the 9-wood completely. And that 9 wood, that was probably the best club in Golden Tee history, because I could get the top end as if the 9 wood was the same, but I could also hit a high T 9 wood and land at 160. You can't do that really now anymore with the 9 wood. Yes, the 9 wood, the Nerf 9 wood was by far my most important club in Golden Tee, because I could have a club that had the max height while still hitting at 160 or 250. Not a problem. Then they had this 9 wood that came out, and it's a little bit, it's got more sauce to it than what the club shows. Then the PGA version has a 9 wood that it plays like the distance it's supposed to. So there's been 3. And one of the funny things was, when looking at the database for the clubs, like, there was a developer note in there saying, it had like a hashtag saying, can't figure out why the fuck this club is going so different. We have the same exact numbers put in between these 2 clubs, and it's different. We'll come back later. That cracked me up. I don't know. That cracked me up a bit. All right, we got to get this one over. So my 35 mile per hour is with a 10.5. This is pretty level. If anything, it's a little uphill. That's fine. That's what we want. But my 35 mile per hour with this club's only going to make it to about 60 yards. So I'm going to have to get this thing up to, about 40 miles per hour, maybe 42 to make it. Hi, Mark. Hopefully that worked for you. If you understand, if you want, you can send me the invites and I'll decline them if you're trying to cash out. Whoa, I hit that way hard. Whoops. Well, my first par. Oh, I thought that was going to be my first par on hole 1 of this course. I don't think I'd ever done it. Well, remember the 8 wood's off too by a little bit. Yeah, I've recommended people not to build any bags on either platform yet until we see where it pans out, what they change. My guess is the easiest thing for them to do is to mimic what they have on PGA. The problem is, I bet they can't figure out how to do it, because they can't figure out why that 9 wood is going different distances. So I could think that it could stay the way it is for quite some time. But I mean, really, in all their goal should be to match it. Well, you have to accept an invite before the money comes out of your account, Mark. So yes, you would. Now, I've been banging a C3 here because you'll get a ramp on this hill. And now that I see this, I wonder if I can get a ramp and get this thing to carry the whole thing. We're going to try an A1. Now, that would have to hang out way far. But I do like getting up farther on this, because now I can just flip thumb. That's probably pushing it, but I could thumb this and have it be about the right distance. Understood. Well, cash out, we got paid today, by the way, from cashing out. So cash out was this last Tuesday. So you've got 2 weeks before you have to really do anything, Mark. And I will say, that's something they did not mess up. It took them a little longer than expected, but the direct deposit is fantastic. Rather than me waiting, praying that a check comes, whether it could come Friday, it might come Tuesday the next week. Dude, I cash out Tuesday. I cash out Monday before I go to bed, and by Wednesday morning, money's in my account. That's great. I mean, really, not that hard of a process. Their payroll company should have been able to do it pretty quick. I guess there's something a little extra on it, on top of it, but really all they're doing is sending it to the payroll company with your account room number, and should get deposited pretty darn quick. And again, that was just a high T thumb shot at 84, and my distance is basically like I hit a shot at the normal speed, hit a shot at the distance of the club. With diminishing returns as your clubs go lower, the higher lofted clubs, you're going to have more of a kick to a thumb shot with a high T. But pretty much 5 wood on down, you're fine. Yeah, like my thumb shot there landed at 275, at 84. With the high tee, it landed at like 285, 290. So that's even got release on it and it stopped. God damn. I thought that was going in. This course got a couple interesting holes, but and great with the telestrator. I'm going to show you guys what the approach is on the par 4. That it's technically always drivable. It just you got to get two right bounce. You got to get two good bounces with it. Not too many, Mark. I think we're getting close. I already played a couple extras. I played a couple of 2022s. I did shoot a sick-ass 5-better on Hollywood Hills, though, Mark, to put up a 30 under on it. Okay, I'll be honest. It was a contest. It was only a 3-better, I believe. But it was good. It's still a 30 on Hollywood. That's how I started my day. All right, pin there. Let's back this up. Let's low tee it and bite it. I don't think I like the bite. Yeah, oh, that actually worked. I just overplayed the wind because lower tee, less wind to play. All right, so let's look at this on the telestrator. So what I'm trying to do, we're going to go to the little side of things. We're going to look at the little side. Let's grab this guy. So what I want to do is I want to bounce basically right in the center of that spot. I want to hit it with roll. I think that, it was just a 3-better, but whatever. I think that the 10.5 gives you a much better chance of being on, but it also gives you a much better, you have to throw it all the way out with the 10.5. When I'm hitting the 8.5 here, I'm not bringing any risk into play. The only thing you cannot do is do not go in that bunker. If you're in that bunker, you are in jail. The sticky sand makes that ball stick right next to the wall wherever it hits. You cannot get out over the top. Then you're pushing it back out and you're trying to get on. Now, so really, if I wanted this, if I was trying my damnedest to get this to be perfectly on, to give myself the biggest chance of it getting on, I'd probably move it here. But if I catch a 158 and get this all the way out, I am directly in the sand. So I'm going to play this for the least amount of risk. I'm going to hit it with roll, and hopefully I catch a bounce on that shit and kick up. And I didn't, but this is a great spot to be. Even when I can't get this on, I put it here anyway. Fuck! I thought that chip was good. I hit a little harder than I wanted. I played the angle I wanted on it and did not get it. Pin in the back. Let's just do this. High tee thumb roll. I don't know what the roll's going to do to that, but I like it. That works pretty good. Remember, even with the high tee, you still get a little bit of extra kick with the roll. You still get it to stop a little bit more with backspin and kind of plug a little bit more with bite. It's not a lot, but in a scenario like that with way downhill and a down 5, that ball had every chance of going in the water. I got scared there. So it looks like we're going to end up shooting a clean 26 here. I still don't think I've ever missed this island by just when wind is in my face, I go to the club that's over it. If the wind's in my back, I go to the club that's a 5-wood or 6-wood. That's it. And this one, I'm going to hit this almost as hard. I'm going to probably hit this as hard as I can. I like release on that shot almost every single time I play it. Yeah, see, that putt didn't go out at all. It was going to be one of the ones that barely got to the hole. That had a chance. I almost missed that low side. All right, this is a great look because, look, if I can hit the 9-wood on this, I do it as much as possible. I could probably get the 9-wood on, but it would never get to the pin. This one, I got to lay off of it a little bit, but even if I overhit it, I got a good chance of this kicking off the wall and coming right back up. So we're going to hit it with backspin. We're going to hit a 130-ish and hopefully catch the wall on the way back and then kick up and go in. Well, I hit it 120-ish. Pretty similar, right? There's not going to be much difference. Even 130-ish that would have hit up higher on the hill. Maybe hit the rough first. Give it all the sorts of chances to go in. That's all we're doing there. Yeah, we got a fucked up handicap now, though. Gomez, you're gonna be in the handicap tournament too, so PayPal me some money, man. Uh-oh, mom text. Gotta look at mom text. Jill's she's a couple days behind me. Like, I was feeling a lot better, but fatigued, still testing positive. And then, I mean, just a bunch of sinus shit, like congestion, cough. Both of us, I mean, we didn't stop smoking our e-cigarette, but if you took a big drag, you were coughing for 5-10 minutes. So it's just like... You know, we got to get our nicotine. I tried to give her some chew, and she wouldn't take it. Stupid bitch. Love you, baby. If you're watching. If not, you're still a stupid bitch. Gosh, I feel like we need to get Jill's parents out to a tournament so you guys can understand why I rag on her mother and how much fun her dad can be. I mean, her dad becomes best friends with all my friends. Like, he's probably seen John Turturro more in the last 2 years than I have. Which sucks, because, I mean, he's in my fucking wedding, Tom. Not yours. All right, where do we want to put this? If we put this out max distance, we're going to be about 150 away. We got a tree line in front of us. We don't want to do that. Let's leave ourselves about 190 in to 200 in. And then we got a 9-wood. Oh, he's pretty funny. It's really funny because everybody thought that he was my dad because he's very verbose as well. And my dad is not as verbose. He's more introverted. Although my dad's hilarious when he starts drinking. And those of you who went out with us the night before will know exactly what I mean. Dez, fuck you. Dez had my dad drinking shots of Patron like it was fucking goddamn Kool-Aid. He was in the car that we had to trick the people that were. Instead, we told them, okay, we're going to the next bar, but really it was a car of people we were taking back to the hotel. We had to put my dad in there too. All I'm gonna say is that before the wedding, I was told, oh man, Jill's side of the family, all the hockey players and shit, they're gonna. I don't think your friend should try to keep up with them drinking. And then you guys, I was like, you don't know what you're about to get into. And they were all like, yeah, you were right. Their side of the family had their heads down watching us booze. It was something impressive and also disturbing to know about the Golden Tee community. I don't think her side of the family had anyone that was removed. There was one person that got removed by her own family and said that. Yeah, we had a grand old time. That was a blast. We're coming up on 5 years next April, so I think there's going to be a 5-year vow renewal. That it will be open bar again, but this time we're not going to. Oh shit! All we got to do is talk wedding, and we get moisture. But there'll definitely be an open bar. And no gifts are going to be required either, because I think we'd have a good time. Maybe this time we can get Fitz to bring machines and not bail last minute. But all that meant for you is that Marc Gomez actually... All that meant for you is that Marc Gomez actually got a meal, even though he was a late ad, because his buddy decided to blow us off in the last second. And that's what FS Gaming does. They blow you off in the last second. Good thing the other half of them was still there, though, so that's good. And that's a joke, by the way, guys. FS Gaming. Recommend them to everybody. That's Brian Roski and Adam Fitzgerald, in case you guys don't know. It's where I'll get most of my parts from most of the time. Obviously, nowadays, parts are not an easy thing to come by for anybody. And really, I would not be, if I needed parts for my Golden Tee now, I have to make sure, look, I'd be overpaying to get the IMBM B75A motherboard if I have the Nighthawk. And I would actually, if I really needed to replace something in these, I would be talking to IT and seeing how much it's going to cost to get the Nighthawk. And have a Titan box set up. Which, guys, having Titan boxes in the Legacies were never supposed to happen. It's just during the pandemic, they had a bunch of orders still for the Legacy machines, but we're unable to get the parts for them anymore. So they had to redo it and open up the Legacy machines to the Titan box. It's a much better motherboard, and the video card is a few steps up too, and that's really all I cared about on it. It actually comes with, I think, 4 gig of RAM in it rather than 1, 2. And I've noticed some people that said they were having some stuttering and problems with the Legacy machines, that upping the RAM in there has made a difference. When before, upping the RAM basically hasn't done anything since it went from 4 to live. I still remember pulling out 4 256K sims from a machine that we got from Lance Harris and upped it to 2 gigabytes back then. Come to find out that up until recently, it didn't really matter. They weren't using any of the extra memory. It maxed out at 1 gig. I still don't think it was maxed out. Having more RAM will never hurt if it's reading it. But like, if you put 8 gig, if you put 2 4 gig sims on the IMBM board, the game tells you, in fact, I have 8 gig technically in this one right now, but if we look at the operator menu, it's showing me 4 gig. All right, we're going to have some fun. We're going to try to get this on. I don't think I can. I think I need a 9.5. I think the 9.5 is the right height to get through here. Let's try a full A 8.5. Well, okay. We'll take it. I'll take the eagle there. That's a hell of a good play. It's not your standard way of going there, but the big old hammer time. Apparently didn't need a full hammer. Well, and Mark, you're sleeping on a deflated air mattress was probably not even close to the worst places that people slept. Ryan Tansey slept in some bushes next to a road crew and lost a tooth. So that was good. I saw him for about 5 minutes at my wedding. He said, dude, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's like, for what, dude? And then they called our names and I had to go walk the line and came back and he was gone. God, and I gotta say, as much as I'm a big fan of weddings most of the time, and I know it's not going to be, it's a very jaded statement, but God, I feel like my wedding was the most fun wedding I've ever been to. I mean, most people are going to say, typically at your own wedding though, you don't really get to experience it. It was just fun as fuck to be around everybody. We just had a good time. That's all there is to it. And you think weddings most of the time too. Like, all right, open bar gets done at 10 o'clock. Most people are fucking funneling out. Dude, at 10 o'clock when open bar was supposed to end, we were supposed to start shutting down, we hadn't lost anybody. Everybody was still there. I just gave them a credit card and said, keep this fucker going. They're like, sure thing. And then they ended up not charging me for the last 2 hours and said, you know what? Just tell everybody to put good reviews down. We had a blast with you. We can do that. And look at that. We made this course pay a little bit. I'll take a smooth 27 on Tahiti. With a miss in there, too. That was a 28, possibly. I didn't hole anything out that round, I don't think, did I? It certainly didn't feel that way. I know a lot of us went out to Adrian Westergren's bar in downtown Minneapolis after the wedding. And I know a lot of us ate food, but their kitchen was already closed when we got there. I think we were eating leftovers off of random people in the bar. I think somebody got an order of fries, and that was it. I did hole out. Okay, good. And then I got the extra hole that most people aren't even going to try to drive. All right. G-wedge ain't going in. We're going to baby cut this and throw it way out and try to get that thing to snap straight back at the hole. It's a little bit hard to adjust that. I threw it way out farther than I wanted to. But you can totally change your distances a lot. Like that was short of that hole, which you would look at that like how. We're not going to get this on, but a big C3 here will give me a chip. And if I hit a 158, this actually probably kicks onto the back right of the green. I didn't catch a 158. I'm going to stop. No, not going to stop on the hill. That's a problem, though, right? Because if that would have come right down and trickled down that hill, the way the sand is now, the ball would have stuck to the sand right away, and I would have no way to get this up. Fortunately, it didn't do that, but I got to do a full swing on it, or else I don't think I would have gotten out. Remember, deep grass is not rough. If that putt was not downhill and short, you could not have made that putt. The turbo putting rules don't typically apply to this stuff on deep grass. And this course can set up big, or it can be pretty boring. I've got a feeling, oh shit. I sprayed that right into the bunker. I meant to hit that straight, and well, there's one stroke. And really, this course probably is going to set up where that one stroke is a very big deal. So now I'm going to have to try to get aggressive at shots. Like that one there, I normally wouldn't have tried to cut it in with nothing on it. I probably would have gone a little deep with the 9-wood and had a bite on it. Sucked it back a little bit. If it went in, it went in. Now I got to start trying to dial these in. This one can get on too. It's not going to get on here though. Now, here's the joy of this, though. I'm going to hit a 4-iron, and I'm going to rip this chip. And I totally didn't hit it hard enough. That's at 50. 50 on a 4-iron, typically you're hitting that 80 yards. But out of that deep rough, not going anywhere. Okay, see, I think this green's wrong, too. That shouldn't be a right 1. This was like a right 6 going towards the water. What the fuck are we playing? That's not right. That green was way different than it always is. Am I thinking wrong here? Did anybody that played this course like remember that green was dramatically sloped like it was a right 5 or 6 into the water? I don't know if maybe just that top left-hand tier isn't that way, but there's no tiers. That looked like it was flushed like that the whole way. It's weird too for me when you're playing courses like this where Golden Tee par is like 7 through 6 or 8 through 7. You miss one stroke, you feel like you've already fucked this game up, and I'm really not that far. I'm only 1 stroke off par. Maybe 2. Yeah, 10 through 8. Like it's weird. This course has got a weird par. Okay. We're going to try a full here. Maybe not. No full. We're going to hit an A1 though. Oh. Okay. It's drivable. We gotta get this ball to not. I mean, just hitting an A1 should get this on, to be honest with you. No. Okay, now this chip is horrendously bad because it's deep grass. So in order to get this to the hole, I gotta hit this a lot harder, but hitting it a lot harder could easily be a muscle spasm over. Luckily, I was at a line where it didn't really matter. Okay, maybe I was thinking of this hole when I thought of that last one, but I thought for sure they were both slanted away. We're just going to flip this. Did I flip it? I flipped it way too hard. I wanted that at like 78 to 80. And that actually probably goes in at that speeds. I want a thumb shot at this when I get a chance to. I'm going to play that club backspin. That's got every chance of going in. I laid off of it because I'm a sissy. But put it right up there. Got the putt. Easy putt. Another one, you got to get this on the fairway. If you're not in the fairway, their second shot's nearly impossible. Wait, what the fuck? Isn't this hole supposed to be a left 9 green on the approach? Nope, that's hole 16. Or I thought this one was a really big break too, but no, maybe not. Huh, I'm thinking wrong on this course, I believe. Who knows? Not getting any puntos here. We got no points, no nothing. I actually like to leave this one a little further back when the pin's at the bottom, because then I can hit something with bite and let it release at the hole. I'm not even going to bite it. I'm actually going to release this with a 9-wood. We're just going to, we got to get this a little right, but if we look too far right, I'm in trouble. Did I go too far right? I'm sure as hell did, didn't I? All right, and now this chip is really hard because you'd want to hit like a club that you can hit short of the hole. But if I tried to chip a G wedge here, I have to pull it back to about here to get my normal G wedge in. Yeah, it's so hard to get those distances right. That was just me fucking hurrying through. Yeah, I just lost this one pretty bad. Hi, Ash. You guys in the garage tonight? I miss you, young lady. Been a while since you jumped in here. I like the thumb biter here. Fuck you. Hi, Evan. You get highs too. We don't just like your wife. We like you too, buddy. That's bad. That's bad. This chip is not easy. It's not. Just gotta fucking hammer them home, dude. Just gotta go at it. Okay, this is the one with the big break where you gotta stay on it. So we're gonna go deep because we got an out where we're just gonna... Things that I've never done before. We need to be on the fairway here because we want to have a cut coming in to fight this 10. I mean, Ashley, yeah, and then I overcut it, and I leave myself a damn near impossible chip. It's just deep grass is such a tough serve. I don't mind, and then look at that. Look at how far out I aimed that, and it didn't it didn't go out at all. The putting is so bad now. That it just doesn't, like, that's just not right. That ball should never have been that far off. I've kind of dialed out on this game a bit but missing a putt that bad, no good. Oh, shit. And we're going to get the drop. Okay, this is the right drop, actually. All right, I got punished here. This makes up for... Oh, Evan, you dialed in too. I'm hopefully looking forward to it. We're seeing. I haven't gotten there yet. We might have to just do it. We're going to have to do a GoFundMe to get Mouth to tournaments for a while. Mouth is running out of money. Yeah, in. So in. we're gonna. Oh, sorry, Evan. My bad, Evan. He does. He's got some sauces. Putty used to have some sauces too. Please don't enjoy the leaderboards here because they're bullshit. Until we have this patch come out, they're bullshit. Even my 30 on there, bullshit. It's bullshit. It's not right. You can't do that. These scores are not happening on prize play. I mean, those scores are worse than when dailies count, and the course is a daily course, like the first day of the month. A beer bucket review. I don't even know what that is. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll drink a bucket of beer and review it. The funny thing is, wine snobs like myself would probably be best for reviewing beer because they say that beer has like thousands of different flavor profiles when wine is in the hundreds. I know, weird, right? And people think that wine is so complex, and nope, beer more complex. Much more complex. All right, we're going through the gap. High T release. Oh, we hit and stayed clean. Good. All right, I don't like this shot coming in. We're gonna cut the bite, and hit it pretty hard because it's uphill. I'm okay with that. Now that I hit it there, I'd probably use a 3-wood next time, but we're happy with it. Oh. All right, pins up front. When the pin's up front, I typically like to go down to it. Yeah, I saw some of the leaderboard stuff too. There were some other weird ones too. See, when it's up short, I don't want it to kick through there hard. I want it to hit the rock short and come up on the green where it did there. And that works. Oh, yes, I do. I do know that. I did not forget. I know that you owned a brewery. All right, as long as we got a line at the pin, we're happy. Oh. Okay, sorry. Sinus pressure and shit's getting really bad right now. I do apologize. All right, we're going to high T. We're going to cut it. The key there is don't hit it short. Short can put you in jail. I'd rather have this putt than be short. Especially when I make the putt. That's good. Lord Allen is not too far off, is it? I'm hoping for big things from that course. I did not think I was going to go high side on that, and I got it up there pretty quick. That's good. I guess there's really not much to illustrate on these at all. We all know, like, they're pretty, as much as they look like there's a lot going on a lot of these right now. All the courses are pretty damn basic. It's like dating a girl that wears Uggs, dude. Just straight basic ass bitch. And Ashley, that's nothing against you if you wear Uggs, but it is definitely on the basic bitch checklist. Well, then there we go. Definitely. Because, I mean, you definitely wouldn't call you a basic bitch, so. The Uggs are definitely on that checklist, though. All right, so we got a pin up close. We got a wind pushing it. You know what? Let's just hillbilly rip the 6-wood and try to backspin it in. Hillbilly! Oh, we did not need a hillbilly rip. We just needed a rip. You're probably against the leather, right? Because it's murder. Right what I want to do with this whenever I can. Close as I can to that wall. Oh, nice. Thumb shot. 3-wood. That's a rarity for me on that hole. A thumb shot. But I'm happy with it. We'll take the points. Alright, I'm already getting to the point where I need these games to be done. Did I play the wind enough? I doubt it. Yeah, but we played it enough to not give us anything but a short putt, so that's good. Alright, 440, pins up front. I'm okay with the upper tier on this. In winds are where I'm going to have a bigger problem, and I don't want to see us put the ball here. Oh, that moved enough to not get points even. Wow. We're going to be super safe here. We're going to overcut it. I don't care if I got a slightly longer putt, but I'm not going to risk going in over the edge. Because that was just a bad putt, and on a down 8, you can't go to the outside edge, barely touch it. That's fucking terrible. That's not a rollover. That's a lip out. And that's because I hit a bad putt. So, if somebody asked me the other day, like, why the wind is moving to the right, why did you tee that to the right? Well, you see, I needed to aim to the left, so I needed to make the gap of the gap that I'm going straight through. I need that to have a line to the left of the pin, so by moving it right, it made the gap have an aiming point to the left. It's a little bit backwards, but if you think about it, it makes perfect sense. So make sure you're looking at that. You don't want to just, because the wind's right to left, you don't want to just move it all the way left. That shot would have been immensely harder from all the way left. Oh, God, I wanted to hit that as well. Now, see, this putt, I'm going to throw it out, and I'm expecting it to be fine, but it could miss way high side or be way short low side. And that was, luckily, I threw it all the way out, because that barely made it to that side of the hole. I'm going to come up with some numbers on that when we can see it. But since it's dynamic, it wasn't that it was like at 75 feet, it's this number. They were all like really similar to speed compared to it. It wasn't perfectly linear though. If it was perfectly linear, you would know exactly when. There were some spots like where your max putter speed from 60 feet was 54, and from 70 feet, it was 55. But from 75, it was 58. So you had a bigger upswing in some spots. It wasn't dramatic, but with those differences being so minute, that can really change how a putt like that's going to break. Oh, we're getting there. What's the time? It's 10:30. Wow, I haven't gotten these done in 2.5 hours yet. All right, we're going to just knock it up. But hopefully you guys all closed out your invites, or if they're pending, you did not accept. Pendings are fine. Just let them go. That was greedy. That should have been a backspin shot. I had no green in front of it to play with. I should have hit something with backspin to suck it back in. That's just me not following my own advice. I didn't give that shot an opportunity to go in. Did I that one, though? I did give it an opportunity. Opportunities don't always pay off, though. All right. Hi, Chad. How you doing, bud? Chad, we got 30 raffle tickets left to sell too, so now would be the time if you want to get in. Wow. I really got that greedy and left it short. Now, we're on cliff. This is fairway, so you got to be careful. Those chips are some of my worst because it plays the cuts. Hi, Josh. That's a terrible shot. There's no reason for me not to be on that green. I got greedy, tried to ace something that I shouldn't have, and it wasn't in. I mean, it's getting to the point where I might just have to buy the rest of the tickets and go. Ah, giddy up. What motherboard were you able to get, Evan? I went looking after we talked, and I hope you didn't end up with one of the DG branded one, DG something something something. If you got the model number, that'd be nice to see. Hopefully you were able to get the IMBM. That one is the one that's the one I want on any of my machines now, and really probably the only board I'd put in. Every other one's a little bit older and out of date, but the problem with that IMBM one, it's not being made anymore, so finding it is bad. Yeah, they could, Josh. They very well could. I mean, I priced out some of the board that I'm using here on eBay, and it was around $600. Would I pay that for that board for anything else other than GoldenTeeTV? No. SSD's cheap though, so that's you made back some there. I mean, right now, though, Josh, the odds-on favorite would be for both machines to go to Michigan. Because somebody bought a lot of tickets from there. Josh, that's the plan. Yeah, gotta be in line with finances and hopefully a new job by then, but who knows? Yeah, they could easily put them into a bar. Yeah, no, I don't believe there's a cost to starting a vendor account. Oh, good. Yep. I still don't understand. Newman has me blocked on Facebook for some reason, and I try to throw him business, and I might have to not do that until I figure out why I'm blocked by him. I don't know how that is. Like, I can't tag him to ship him people, anything like that. Well, which board did he have for you, Evan? I don't think I'm too offensive most of the time. Al Jazeera, what? Al Jaz, that's not your normal name. That's what the fuck. I feel like I feel like we have a troll in the house. No, nothing's booked or anything yet, Josh. Wait, Little Gun? What are you talking about? That's not Al. That's not Al's name on YouTube. At least if I gotta think, I don't think it is. Oh, Dallas I'll be in for sure. I've already got... I got a 7/8. I got 7/8 already. All I have to do is make a cut, and I'm making the Top Gun. That's not. All I have to do is basically show up. And if I don't make the cut, and I get, then it doesn't look like the same Al Jazz. Thanks, no problem, Al Jazeera. We're here to help, dude. That's what we're here for. We're here to help. Okay, so I'm trying to remember how I used to play this. That's it. And that's Cliff, so this is fairway. It's a normal putt. We're fine. I can't wait to see a YouTube of that shot, Al. God, I swear, I'm probably wrong, Mark, but I think, God, I swear to God, that was not his YouTube name. Well, who knows? It's a 7 better. It's a 7 better, but yes. Thank you for noticing, Al Jazeera. I appreciate it. It's not like, I mean, I don't want to bring it up every time, but I like to bring it up every time. You're gonna make little gut. You won. You got 16. You got 13th through 16th, right? I know my boy Jeremiah. He's not gonna be down there. He's now having the same neck surgery that I did. So, and once again, Jay Wilson, if you're here, man, you know we're all rooting for you and hoping you're getting better. Happy that you made it through the surgery okay. Yeah, same neck surgery. It's like what I thought too, where I thought I was having shoulder issues. Nope. He's got some shit to get fixed on his neck. Now, see, this is also troubling because with the sticky sand, that ball wouldn't have bounced out and gotten on. Yeah, Jerry, it's funny. Like, he keeps telling me everything that... Yeah, you got... Yes, Dell's tournament does count toward points. So you need to have two tournaments to qualify, and then, obviously, you need to have some scores. See, this is going to fuck this up, too, because normally you could high tee this, and if I hit the sand here, I'm not on. But if I hit the sand before, I could get that to skip the sand from, like, 400. Yeah, you probably need... I mean, really, it used to be, like, if you make the main twice, you were going to make the Top Gun. Now I think you need to do a little bit better than that. And this is still offset. Maybe this will get someday, too. Oh, fuck. I'm offset. Oh, I'm lucky. Yeah, exactly. You get a total of, it's your best 4 scores throughout the 6 tournaments of the year. So if you went to all 6, your bottom 2 would get wiped out, and typically you'd be in for sure. But with the amount of people we have now at these tournaments, it might have gone up. Puff, I gotta say, I've never looked. The 1 year I would have been worried about making it because the amount of tournaments I played in, I won one of the tournaments I went to. And a win is always enough points if you go to enough tournaments to make the 2. But if it's at 600, what do you get? 7th, 8th is paying close to 600. And 7th, 8th is 400 or something. Yeah, you're in 48th, but you have people ahead of you that have played 4 tournaments now, or that can't go up anymore. They're gonna keep that same average or go down. So really, your next tournaments are all just adding on though. You're adding on points still. I think everybody is actually. I don't remember. Was that the 3rd or the 4th tournament of the year? You had Florida, Wisconsin. You had St. Louis. So there's been you still got. If you go to 4 tournaments, you're going to make the little gun, even if you never make a cut, I believe. But you made a cut, so you're going to make it. Okay, 7/8 is 450. So like I said, all I have to do is show up at the last tournament. I'm in. Well, maybe not. That's actually... I got to make a cut, right? You make a cut. Okay, that's definitely Al. He's funny. Hi, Puff. How you doing, bud? I haven't talked to you guys in a bit. I don't think I need to ask, but I take it you're going to be in for the 500 league still, right? This is another change too, because it like once again we used to skip that bunker a lot to kick it to the fairway. I don't think it would work anymore. Ooh. Yeah, I'm hopefully looking forward to it. Oh, God, this is close. I don't remember the last time I tried to drive this. Yeah, I'm fucked though. Whew. Yeah. Well, the worst that happened would be, Al, you'd get refunded. I'm grinding through them too, and I bet what I'm hoping happens though is that people that don't grind through them, and if the other person played and you didn't play, that they get a win. That would be awesome. Or I mean that you get a win. So I'm just making sure they're all closed. I'm not leaving it up to chance. But I'm right with you, sir. God, maybe my eyes are working better now, but I swear to God that used to be. I did have a couple DNFs, and now thinking about it, I probably shouldn't have DNF'd anything. Well, it's not like the guy you beat was actually really good. All I know is... Dude, that putt almost did the same thing and almost dipped way hard. You didn't beat anybody worth a damn. I mean, come on. You cannot take pride in that. I mean, last time I played him, I lost a $1,000 cycle to him. And we streamed it live for you guys all to see. God damn it. Wow, I did not get anything on that, and it still got up to 87. Whew. Oh, okay, let's get one back here. I doubt my opponents are going to try this, but this is on all day. I can't go long either. This is going to be on or short. Yeah, you got rescheduled to 1990 never. Man, that whole story was fucking crazy, dude. If you got to see the messages that King got, like, it was all set. They had my 10K waiting. Duncan's supposed to send over his, and then all of a sudden, it was like he started saying, like, sending messages to me and King saying that we hacked his phone and that we were sending the messages to ourselves saying that he was in and he was never going to be in. Then it went to, from there, it went to, well, I'm never sending money to King. I can't trust King with $10,000 of mine. We're like, dude, King is probably the one person in the community that you could trust $10,000 with right now. It was fucking, I mean, it was like, we were reading this shit like, dude, this guy is fucking off the reservation. It was fucking nuts. And then after all of that, he's like, well, I'm doing it, but we have to play on machines in different rooms. There can't be a crowd or anyone watching. We were like, what? It was fucking, and then it went back to, I don't trust King with $10,000. All right, dude. Wow, the good old days when I had 10K laying around. Fuck. All right. Well, this is going to be a tough chush. Well, honestly, no one at my bar has seen him again since then. Since that one day. I can't chush this. That's not chushable. Obviously, it's not thumbable either. No, he messaged me and asked if I wanted to hang out. I was like, yeah, I get out and play later at night. And then that was it. Josh, didn't you beat McCook, Josh? That's a really good win. That'd be like me talking shit to Kyle right now, saying, oh, it's not like the guy you beat in the first round was trash. Then you got to play me. I think Kyle's done that quite a few times for me, too. I think the last couple times him and I have played a match together, he beat somebody that, like, I was expecting to have to play in the next round. That would have been, like, a match that I wouldn't be necessarily excited for, even though I don't look at any match much differently. Guys, that's you're making a point here that I don't want to play him. I really don't. I don't. There's a lot of people I'd like to play for that. I fucked that up. Oh yeah, Corey. Yep. But Al, it's such a different feeling though. Like, I got up one pretty quick, right? And then it was just me just dumping around the course. Then you look how I had to play Luna. I got down fucking 2 on crap. And I had to attack every hole. And then he's, before I hold out, once he said, yeah, I'll give you a stroke back. I didn't even ask for it. He asked what happened. I explained it to him. He's like, oh, I'll give you a stroke. He's like, you lost 2, so you're still losing 1 on it. I was like, ah. And Paul, I will happily accept it. Then I was like, fuck, I'm right back in this. I gotta start holing out. But it is I mean, match play is such a different animal. Like, I think I chushed in on 1 against Kyle Heasley, and I don't think I pointed again after that. When you don't have to dial it in, and you can play centers of greens. Like, it's why I end up with low points typically in my match play, because I'm just trying to, oh, you want to see this? Okay, we want to send the putt that way. But, I mean, you just don't know where to, like, you just don't need to be aggressive. Always like, well, I'm going to just leave myself 20-foot putts every single time. If I have a hole that I can attack with no risk, absolutely going to do it. But until that point, there's nothing you really need to do. Like, if you get up a stroke or 2, just tap it in. Tap it in. Just tap, tap, tappy. Tap it in. I think the 6-wood needs to get fixed too. Oh, I got you. I got you, bud. Yeah, there. I don't think I had one that I even tried to make the rest of the way. I was just like, okay, we got one. It's funny too, Al. I remember like every shot that I hit at that tournament, and I don't remember playing you one bit, which is weird. When you were like, we played on this machine, and I noticed that wing then, and I was like, we played already, dude? I didn't remember it. But that was the first match of the day. Still hungover. Alright, not trying to make this, just trying to stick it. Like that. Like I didn't, that's all I do. You just do that. Sticking greens is easy, holding out is hard. As my shot points will show. Al's mad that he's closing out invites, Brad. I don't think he's going to want any. I agree about the 11-hour notice, but that notice basically reaffirmed my opinion that prize play and everything was fucked up. Otherwise, they wouldn't be closing everything down. It was a way of saying, Mouth, you were right. Oh, it was on stream too? Fuck. All right, let's see if we can get this one to get on. We're going to move it left a little bit this time and see if we can hang it out enough. Nope, we didn't get it out. We're going to get a shit bounce, and that second bounce is bad. That's fine, though. We're okay with this spot. Wow. Okay, not okay with that. I don't think there was a way I could have made that chip. And Bradley, if you can call me, you can call me Al. Call me Al. Yeah. Brad, I might have one or two more in me here. Well, no, shit, we've only got an hour left. Fuck. I might not have any more in me. All right, because I got that out full, that's going to play beautifully. If you ever have the choice, that's where you want to go. If you have a choice, you want to go up here. Call me out. Man walks down the street, says, why am I soft in the middle now? All right. Well, this is as bad of a setup as we could get. We have to hit the 6 wood here. I mean, technically, we could try to go between the gaps. That's silly for me. I'm going to hit the 6 backspin. We're going to have a left 10. Probably just a straight left 10 in. I left it too high up. Left 10 down 4, left 9 down 4. Man, it played normal. All right, so he shot clean. That's okay. Haven't had a very chushable look on one yet either. All right, what do we got left? How many games left? I think we've only got 2 or 3. We've knocked these out pretty good. I haven't played 20 games in a day in a while. We've got you, Kaufman. Kaufman, you're going down. Let's see if I can shoot another 4-better 30 on this course. I didn't know that could happen, but it can on the with the tee boxes that we're getting now. There's a lot of goofy stuff, and one of the things I want to be cognizant of when this patch comes out, I want to see if the drops are still wrong. I don't know how many invites you guys play, but I play a bunch of the par 3 ones, and there has never been a shot on a par 3 invite that dropped you with a putt on the green until now. I watered hole 7 on Dusty Bend, the silo hole, and had a 3-foot putt for par. That ain't right. Come on, that was perfect. Also, events mode. It was clear that we were getting different boxes and playing, and I don't have a drivable bayou hole, and I see 4 people ahead of me get eagles on it with no point, with double eagles with almost no points, when I had to lay up and get eagle. So I don't really care that it's quickly done and we're getting stuff closed out, because there was shit. It was not right, and it was not good. There was a lot of broken shit there, and I'm hoping this gets it. It really feels like the T-Box selection program that they wrote was causing all the problems. I don't know if that's true, but that's what it felt like to me, and hopefully that's what's fixed, and it sounds like it is. They're getting rid of some of the T-boxes that were showing up that shouldn't have. If you played Cat Andreas lately, there was a bunch of round T-boxes that were just in the middle of nowhere that weren't T-boxes ever. Did anybody see that bounce? You would think a dead straight shot with a wind dead in your face that kept the line of the pin when it hit the green, it should bounce forward dead straight, and that ball bounced directionally. That's not right. One rock. Needed a much better kick. I still have to say 2021 courses are, I don't mind playing them still, which is, that's a testament to how good they were. I would say this right now, if we had to go 2 years with the 2022 courses, I'd probably quit playing. They're just not, there's something lacking of them. I'm curious what everyone else's opinions is on this. Like, 2021 is going to stand up as probably the best year of Golden Tee courses they've ever made. There wasn't one at all this year, so I don't know. And I get it. It sucks. Part of the reason why Adam gave me 5 spots to give away was that there wasn't any giveaways, so I actually gave a couple more to turn these home edition, these commercial machines that I'm doing in the drawing, to home editions with 2022. But what do you mean? What, to get all your invites closed, James? I'm going to wait. I was thinking of sending out the invites that are left in 2021's tournament right at midnight, but I kind of want to see how it all plays out. If anybody wants to shoot a couple of, well, shoot, can we wait? Let's see if we can get the patch right at midnight. I'm curious. And I don't understand why it would be midnight. I would kind of think it should be at 1 a.m. Central Time, but they said midnight Central, so that's what we're going on. I know, that was crazy to release this. I know, I agree. Crazy. James, I know you'll be playing in it, but I do have a 2022 tournament going too. Hey, Brandon. Is that Brandon Eby? Because normally he's a Be Easy. Is that your professional YouTube account? All right, we're going deep. Deeper than the pages of a book. Let me look. Or who is Brandon E? I don't know. Who is Brandon E? We need to know these things. We got pro tips, baby. But I'm just curious though, does anybody agree with me on this that 2021 is technically a very fucking great year of courses. It really is. Possibly the best ever. That's my opinion. I'm going to stick to it. Anybody else got an opinion as to how they think they rank out? Thanks, Jason. We're getting there, man. I will say this. 20 games didn't fatigue me at all before, and I'm a bit worn the fuck out. I'm not going to lie. I did it again on that hole. You can't lay off of that ever, and I did it. I laid off. Oh, really? See, those years were... I can't agree with that. Maybe was that tees that year? Were there tees that year? The Golden Tee pars being so low, and I'm looking at it not just for me, because I mean, for me, the best year to me ever is still the first year of courses. The first year of live courses still hold up as his best 5 ever put together. That's my opinion. Then the Sequoia year, is that the same as Bear? Is that Bear Lodge's Sequoia? What else was with Bear Lodge? Now I got to pull. Now you got me wanting to pull up the spreadsheet. And I have to find it because the wife fucking... Okay, is it under Golden Tee? All right, look. You think the Summer Swing template will do it? No. Okay, there we go. All right, so Bear Lodge was... Really? Coconut was a great hole. You're right. Coconut was great. Coconut's a great course. And Sequoia's that year too, so that's up there for me. The problem with the rest of those courses, Cape Haven, boring as shit. Jackrabbit Junction, boring as shit. You had Coconut, great course, fantastic course. Sequoia, great course, and Bear Lodge, fine course. I don't put it up there as great by any means, but good course. And that was 2013. So I can go with you because Sequoia to me is the best course ever made. All right, then the year after, okay, Pelican, Highland, Turtle, Shady Creek, That Sparkling, Celtic, Desert, Pearl, Rocky, okay. I think 2016 is a phenomenal year of courses where you had Winding Pines, Antelope, Elkhorn, Hawthorne, and Volcano. So that I had kind of stopped playing, and those courses sucked me back in. Timber Bay was 12, is that? No, Timber Bay was 11. Yeah, that was because you had Al Jazz running there. Every course on that list all had a challenge. The course par, like Falcon, was a really low par. Timber was interesting. Grizzly was all there was no those were good. 10 was good too, but not great. But to me, I thought that 12. Not 12. Okay, 12's a hell of a year, dude. Dusty Bend, throw that shit away. Royal Cove, fantastic. Grand Canyon, fantastic until you get to 17 and 18, and 16 for that matter. Auburn, incredible. Tundra, incredible. That's really close. I don't look at any courses from 21 though as that I need to throw out. I'd say maybe throw it out, but it's still not a terrible course. It just compared to the other ones, Golden Tee Par was off a bit on it. Did I miss anything to shoot a... I didn't miss anything, right? So Golden Tee Par was a 27 on Hidden Temple. I don't think that's ever... I've never seen that. That's as low as it could have possibly been. We got one invite left, guys. At 11:05, I think that's going to do us just nicely. Monty was different, and it was an unprecedented course. Then you add in what Monty... Baja was... Okay... People always say the ease of Baja, and I agree, but there were still a lot of fun shots on the course. And to be quite frank, Baja's probably my least course with the least amount of holeouts of any course I've ever played in Golden Tee history. Holeouts per 18, I think that was my lowest. Because all the ones that you would be looking at is holeouts and elevation changes, minus the par 3s, but then you get hole 17. 17 was a rarity on holeouts. I think Hidden is a perfect course down the middle. I wish Hidden opened them up to do something completely stupid in my mind, is to make these rocks that are fucking cliff or rocks that are cliff that have spin. That kind of pissed me off with that course, and that was the first time they'd really done it and totally fucked everybody with it. Then I got shit. 19 wasn't bad either. Cat, solid. Sandhill, incredible. Agave, okay. Beals was incredible. Pembroke was great. That's a great year too. I called that one off. And Pelican was great. Shady's a good course. Turtle, boring as shit. Creek Hills was okay. That year suffers. What? I'm not yelling. That year suffers to me because of the low course pars on most courses. And I guess I don't mind low course pars when they're all low course pars. But when we go back and if we're setting year by year invites out, I can't do handicap courses on a lot of these because the fact that you have a course that has such a dramatically different Golden Tee par, it screws up the handicap. And I know a lot of people talk about, oh, well, but par is one of the biggest factors in the slope rating, in a slope rating to me. Because as much as if you say, okay, let's say Baja, easy course, but par was always 28 or better. Now it's not. I know that's not the case. So if you go back and you do Eagles Crest, though, Eagles Crest par could have been 22 or 23. So you were really screwed as the higher handicap. And I think that Golden Tee par makes a big difference on handicaps. More so than toughness or easiness of a course. Because as we know, handicaps go up a lot quicker than they go down. So if you played a cycle and you shot Golden Tee par across the board, your handicap would be 2 strokes higher than what Golden Tee par is on most of the courses. And that doesn't sit right with me. So I hit a 3-wood this time, right? No issues with the hill. Guys, get rid of the O-bird. You do not need a 0 hybrid. Well, you can do 2. Now that I've met her, I can't slash her tires. Before it was just a fiction. It was a figment of my imagination. Rustic's a solid course too. I agree. I mean, look at Petra. Looks like it should be a really good course, but with these tee boxes, this is a terrible course. So I'm holding out judgment on this year's courses until we actually see what the tee boxes are supposed to be. My biggest problem right now is that Golden Tee par is a mess. And I think that we're going to see that Hollywood is now going to be like a 27-28. And that Easter is going to be a 27-28. And all of them are going to be 27-28s with occasional of higher. And that's good by me. I lower Golden Tee pars is not the way to foster more players. And when I say lower, I mean we're talking about better scoring Golden Tee pars. Hey, Josh, I wish I could slice your tires and pay for your tires right now. I'll have an extra $500,000 laying around. So there will be no tire slashing. What I found is I'm able to do a lot more wrong things in life when I have more money because I don't care about repercussions. When you're running low on funds, you start worrying about, well, if I do this, can I get in trouble and will I be able to afford to get myself out of trouble? So you're not getting new tires. We're not slashing anything. You might get some free diapers from me. I still owe you something for your diaper party. Well, you need bail money if you commit crimes. I'm trying. I went the other way with it. If I don't have the bail money to buy my way out of trouble, I just can't do the troubling things. So no more beating Jill. Fuck, I know. And trust me, this COVID has made me realize I should be beating my wife more. And guys, obviously that's a joke. I don't condone, and nor would I ever hit my wife. Obviously a joke. We're just gonna go along with it. All right, we're gonna go with the fun shot here. We're gonna telestrate this one because I want to show you guys exactly what I'm doing. So we're gonna move this all the way to the right because I want the biggest gap here. So I'm gonna be going through some in here. I'm gonna hit a roll high driver, and it's the 8.5 driver to get this thing to bounce right. This is gonna be good. This is gonna come at this hole nice. And it's really simple. Not too hard at all there. You got to cut it to get it farther left to have that ball bounce off correctly. And it's roll, right? Backspin is going to cause that ball to bounce higher when it hits the wall, and it doesn't come back. The 10.5 you think is going to be safer. The problem is the 10.5's trajectory doesn't allow it to bounce off the wall hard enough to come back to where that pin was. If that makes sense to you guys. I know it does to most of you. Hopefully there's some people watching that it doesn't make sense to, and that we talk through it a little and it makes more sense now. Jason Mills, I'm talking to you. I'm just kidding, buddy. Fuck you. I thought that was going to bounce. All right, where's the pin? Pin's in an interesting spot, but with the outwind, it doesn't really matter if you put it here. So with an outwind, I'm okay with this. If I don't have a spot where the pin's in the back and I can put that ball in the dirt short on the green, then this is where I want it. If the wind is in my face, I don't want to be hitting a 9-iron or an 8-iron in on it. I want to have like a 4-iron or 5-iron. So I'll go to the left of that little mound. It looks like you're going to have an issue, but no. When I have the height changes, I want to hit a lower trajectory club because you can play through the height change a lot better. I think this is the hardest I've hit a ball on this hole. I don't think I've ever hit that more than 110. All right, so I'm just looking to get this one. I'm going to be thumbing a shot, and I think we're okay to just thumb here because we had the line right. Come on, come on. Oh, come on. No, the diapers that I bring you will be, they'll have the inner lining will be sewn in and stuffed for transporting cocaine. The only time I keep babies around is when I'm using them as mules across the border. That's all that babies are good for. Muling drugs. Wow, I hillbilly ripped that. And this putt's going to be one of these ones that I don't know. Hey, we'll take a clean round to end the night. All right, guys, I hadn't played this long in a while for you. I appreciate you sticking around, but that's going to do it. We're going to look and wait for this patch at midnight. I want to see. Maybe I'll pop back on and we'll play a couple. I'm going to lose a bunch of events games too. But hopefully this clears up a lot of the issues that I know I've been having with it. It's a big step in the right direction. Hopefully it gets a lot of things fixed, and you know we're going to be meticulous about what we're doing. So I expect on Friday or maybe even tomorrow for us to play. You don't know how much drugs are these days, Josh. I mean, I could sell that baby straight cash, homie. But back to it. We're going to definitely want to get some invites where I'm playing live, and you guys have played it too. So we can definitely kind of get a chance to see if we're missing anything, that if we're getting different boxes, different drops, yada, yada, yada. But in the meantime, Make sure everything's closed. You got about 45 minutes before they're going to get reset on their own. And then we'll see you guys later. Word of mouth's out. Good night, everybody.